Hello and welcome everybody to the Solano College Sports Network. We have a fantastic matchup tonight as we have the Rodriguez Mustangs taking on the Vacaville Bulldogs here at Rodriguez High School in Fairfield, California. My name is Cameron Anderson, and just in a second I'll be joined by my partner, Greg Poff. Greg Poff, what should we look forward to tonight as we see both these teams look for a Monticello Empire League title?
Well, there's so many things to like about this matchup. First, you've got the skill players on both sides. You look at Vacaville, you've got a great dual threat quarterback in Ryan Vaughn. You've got Darian Leon Guerrero, back of the year in the spring of 2021. Of course, they played the league a little bit later because of COVID. But I'll tell you what, when I look at tonight's game, this is like a report card for Rodriguez. You look at Rodriguez, the great start, best start in school history, 7-1. Also, very good chance that they're going to get into the playoffs. That'll be the first time since 2011. But the real first that they're after tonight is to get a win against Vacaville. It would be the first win in school history. They are 0-13 against Vacaville. And when you look at the upstart Rodriguez Mustangs and that great start, if you really want to know how good you are, you're going to find out tonight when you play the elite of the Monticello Empire League, the Vacaville Bulldogs. So for Rodriguez and first-year coach Miles King, he's going to find out tonight just how good this team really is and what they still need to do to get to that upper echelon of the Monticello Empire League. And I think for them to be able to hang with the Bulldogs tonight, one, their offensive line is going to have to play their best game of the season. The Rodriguez Mustang offensive line, they've got to be able to get those running lanes open, to get that ground attack moving so it opens up the passing game for Miles Meadows. And they've got to be able to protect Meadows enough so he can get the ball downfield to some of his skill players. So if the Bulldogs can have a great effort from their offensive line, and if they can cut down on the penalties and the turnovers, I think Rodriguez has a chance to get their first win ever against Vacaville. That's still a tall order. We'll find out tonight, Cameron.
A very tall order, and we will find out tonight. And now, a word from our sponsor, James Thomas Media. We'll catch you at the kick.
Hi everybody, my name is Sincere Rose and I'm your side camera operator, and I just want to thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Hello and welcome back. We're here for the kickoff, and it looks like the Rodriguez Mustangs will kick this one off. And they're getting ready for the kick right now. It is off. It is a squib received by the Bulldogs as he just lands on it.
Boy, nobody likes to kick deep anymore.
No, I don't.
You know, of all the games that we've seen, you know, maybe 2 or 3 kicks deep.
No respect for the. I mean, I don't know. It's very, very risky to me. I like field position, pinning them down to the 20, having to make them go 80 yards. Instead, it's a 15% chance onside kick. I don't know. Here we go, and here's Ryan Vaughn in shotgun.
Yeah, this kid's fun to watch, isn't he?
Oh, man. We saw last Friday he was able to take off and really burn down the field as well as show off the arm. Already a timeout. First timeout off the board.
Well, good. That can give us a chance to set up the starters. So Vacaville on offense with the ball. You're going to have Ryan Vaughn at quarterback. We just talked about him. He got the back of the year from last year, Darian Leon Guerrero at running back. And then the offensive line, you've got Javier 6'2" at center. Sounds like 6'2". That's his name, baby. And then you got Joey Ford at left guard, Jacob Edmonds, the 2021 Lineman of the Year over at left tackle, Logan QL and Caleb Noel round out the offensive line. We'll get the rest after this play.
Here's Ryan Vaughn as he will fake the snap, and that ball is tipped at the line. Looks like Trevor Cromie in on that one. He knocked that one down.
And it looked like the pass was intended for number 3, Anthony Wiley there, one of the wide receivers. And you've also got Bubba Oaks. Sorry, Bubba, we got your name wrong last time. Oaks, not Ox. And Anthony Wiley, as we said, Plowman, and for sure round out the receiving corps.
Here's Ryan Vaughn with the snap as he will hit his receiver in stride. That is number 11, Roman Price.
And Roman Price getting a little action on the offensive end. He's also the cornerback for Vacaville, and he's a good one.
Yeah, we see him starting on the defensive side of the ball, already getting in with the passing attack. And here we go again, Ryan Vaughn with the snap. He's rolling out to his left, throwing across his body, looking deep. And that is off the hands of Anthony Wiley down the sideline. Looked like he eased up a little bit. Maybe saw the sideline coming, wanted to try to make sure he was in bounds.
That was a pretty good throw, wasn't it, Cameron? Yeah, Wiley just off his fingertips there. So Vacaville just missed an opportunity to get on the board first.
Yeah, he had his defender beat by a couple steps. Looks like, is that Bentley Williams out there in that corner?
Yes, it is.
Number 17. As he was turned around, couldn't see the ball. Here's Ryan Vaughn all by himself in the backfield as he will dump it off to his receiver. That is number 30, Brady Mott, the safety.
So we're seeing some of the, I guess we're seeing the DBs that can catch, right?
DBs can't catch, I guess.
Getting a chance in, so.
Breaking the stereotype tonight.
2 completions for Vaughn there. And Vaughn will get the passing game going, and then he'll fade back, cut, and next thing you know, he's running upfield.
Here's Vaughn as he has his running back behind him. He will hand it off, and he is stuffed. And it doesn't look like he got the first down. Looked like Malachi Jones was in on that last tackle to really stop him from picking up the first down.
Yeah, Malachi Jones, Mighty Mouse, in there to make the stop. Looked like Daniel Childs, the defensive end, was in there to help as well.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see the Vacaville Bulldogs get aggressive early as they're going for it. 4th and short. Looks like a 4th and 2. And they will fake the handoff. He's looking to his curl, and that is dropped by Timothy Plowman on the out route. Would have been good for the first down if it was caught.
So gamble there by Vacaville going through the air, and Vacaville is known for their running attack. They come in averaging over 200 yards on the ground, but that time mix up a little bit, go for the pass, incomplete. And so Rodriguez has got to be really happy getting a stop on Vacaville's first possession. Let's see what let's see what the Mustangs can do with the rock.
Yep, we do have we'll see the Rodriguez Mustangs offense here now. And right away I'm seeing number 6, Donovan Trope, who has been injured. And he will line up as receiver with Leroy Bryant, Gabriel Betrez at tight end, and Miles Meadows in shotgun. He'll get the snap. He's rolling out to his left. A lot of pressure, throwing across his body to his receiver, and that is incomplete. Too short to Jamarion Johnson.
Yeah, he just couldn't get his feet set and get anything on the pass there. And this is what I was talking about at the start of the broadcast. For Rodriguez to have a chance in this game, they've got to be able to protect Meadows. And Jamarion Johnson was wide open over there in the flat on the far side of the field.
Yeah, wide open. It looked like Miles Meadows rolling to his left, throwing across his body. The most difficult throw a quarterback can make. Just underthrew it. And like you said, Jamarion Johnson wide open, had plenty of grass. And early we'll see Blake Espino, the outside, the defensive end for the Vacaville Bulldogs. He has been a monster this season, racking up a crazy amount of tackles so far.
Yeah, Espino, the defensive end,
Here's the run. That is Malachi Jones, and he is stopped at the line. This will bring up a 3rd and 10.
And as I was saying, Espino, the anchor really of that really stout defensive front. You also got Dylan Cho, the nose tackle, and I see Rodriguez. They've got a new player at center, sophomore Nicholas Moss getting the start. Caden DeGilli has moved over to the right guard position in place of Caden Hockett, who's out of the lineup for the offensive line.
Yeah, and you see number 55, John Dowling, rocking no sleeves in a freezing cold night.
I think I have 8 layers on.
Oh, man. It is freezing. But early timeout, and that will be the 2nd timeout for Rodriguez.
Yeah, so a little bit of a change on the offensive line. As we said before, so Nicholas Moss is getting the start as a sophomore. He's got to go up against 67 Dylan Choi. We saw him last week. He was wreaking havoc on that Vanden offense. I think Trey Dimes is still seeing him in his dreams.
Yeah, the nightmares are still haunting Trey Dimes from last Friday.
And then you got George Lane and Devin Lacan over on the left side of that offensive line for Rodriguez.
Here's Miles Meadows with the snap. He's looking out to receiver, overthrown. That looks like Jeremiah Hill, who's the intended receiver.
And he was open too, Cameron. Just Miles, a little too much mustard on that, sailed over his head.
Yeah, again, overthrown. 4th down. I think they have to punt this ball right here.
So both defenses getting stops. Ball's going to go back to Vacaville. Anthony Wiley looks like he's back to receive the punt.
Anthony Wiley, a speedy receiver. Reminds me a lot of Jeremiah Hill for the Mustangs. We'll see also Jeremiah Hill as the returner, him and Jamarion Johnson, once the Mustangs get in the special teams.
And probably see Malik Dawson back to punt this one.
Big boy Malik with the boot, and it is a lower kick. It will bounce in front of Anthony Wiley. He'll pick it up off the bounce. He's going to cross field, go to the left, and he has some space as he's able to get down the sideline and is eventually taken out around the 50-yard line.
You know, that was pretty good pursuit by the center. That was Caden DeGilli getting down there. He just needed a little better angle to keep Wiley from getting around the edge there. But good hustle by 77, getting down there on the punt coverage.
Yeah, very surprising to see him get all the way down there. But yeah, wasn't quite outside enough. Let Anthony Wiley beat him to the sideline, and he was able to pick up some more yards. So here's Vacaville again in great field position, basically where they left off. And Ryan Vaughn with the snap. He is going to hand it off to his great running back, Darian Leon Guerrero, who was only able to pick up a few yards on the play.
Yeah, it looked like 74 got him first, but boy, with Leon Guerrero, you just don't see one guy bring him down. So he's able to break through that, get another couple yards there. And this is Vacaville's bread and butter, pounding the rock.
Yep, and like you said, back of the year, Darian Leon Guerrero also lined up with the lineman of the year, Jacob Edmonds. It's a great duo to have. And here's the run to Darian Leon Guerrero. He's able to break up the middle, pick up the 1st down, and it'll take 3 Mustangs to get him down.
He was dragging Mighty Mouse about 5 yards there, Malachi Jones. Boy, he didn't let go. Finally, his buddies got there, able to get Darian Leon Guerrero to the ground, but not after he picks up a big 1st down. Vacaville in business now.
Very strong run. And that's what Vacaville's going to want to see is the running game starting off early. But this will be a pass, and he's looking to his running back. Darian Leon Guerrero is able to cut up the middle and is eventually dropped. Looks like that was number 19, Daniel Childs, on the tackle.
And they had pressure on Vaughn. Vaughn did a remarkable job of just stepping up in the pocket, had a little bit more time, and then threw his running back a strike. And he threw 2 TD passes, I believe, last week to Darian Leon Guerrero.
Yep, Darian Leon Guerrero, definitely a threat in the running game and passing game. We saw him motioned into the slot for 2 touchdowns on the identical plays. We'll see if they bust out that play again this week. Try to catch the Mustangs off guard. It looks like there was a penalty, so that will call the play back. Penalty on the Bulldogs.
And that's the other thing we talked about, Cameron. You know, it's pretty easy. The team that commits the less penalties probably going to have the best chance to win the game, especially in high school football.
Here's the snap. Ryan Vaughn with the fake. He's looking deep. He's got a receiver open.
Oh!
Overthrown to number 7, Cameron Fonser.
Number 7.
He was open too. He had a good 3 steps on the defensive back, and Vaughn just let him a tad too much.
Yeah, he was pretty much wide open. And that is Cameron Faucheur. Excuse me, not Fonser. That's what I was calling him last week.
For sure.
For sure. For sure.
For sure.
Here's Vacaville in a 2nd and 10. Here's the snap. Ryan Vaughn, he's going to keep it, fakes the handoff. He's going to bust to the left, run it out, stays on his feet. He's still on his feet and is eventually brought down near the first down marker. It looks like he's going to be a yard or 2 short.
And Vaughn is just so adept when he's running the football because you think he's going to take it out wide, but he'll look for a spot and then just cut upfield, and he makes that step so quick. He's a good 5 yards upfield before the defense can get to him.
Yep, and here's the snap. It is to his running back, and he is stuffed. Great pursuit by the Mustangs. Looks like that was Daniel Childs again in on the tackle, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, Trevor Cromie, good job from his linebacker position coming up to help make the stop as well.
Great defense so far for the Mustangs, able to sniff out the run and really kind of get lucky on some of these bad throws by Vaughn. And here's Vaughn with the snap. They're going to run up the middle. That's Darian Leon Guerrero, and he will pick up the 1st down. Gutsy call early for the Bulldogs as they go for it twice on 4th down early in this ballgame.
Boy, and he gets through that hole in a hurry. What a quick first step for Leon Guerrero.
Yeah, surprising they didn't run that play last time on the 4th down in their first possession. But here we go. Ryan Vaughn with the snap. He's going to run it again. Why not? There's Darian Leon Guerrero, who is eventually stopped by Trevor Cromie all over the field to start this ballgame.
Boy, nifty running by Darian Leon Guerrero. Looked like he wanted to cut to the outside, shook off a tackler, said, okay, that's not working, cut to the inside, and then another quick 2-3 steps for a nice gain by the running back of the year in the Mel last year.
Oh, and here's the quick huddle, and Darian Leon Guerrero able to stay on his feet a little bit. Looks like he'll pick up maybe a yard. Might have just gotten back to the line. That is the double wing that they've been running, and we will see that a couple times. We'll see that on the goal line as they really just want to play smash mouth football and just run it up the gut.
And it throws you off because you're used to Vaughn being back in the shotgun. Here we go.
Here it is. They do it again. Ryan Vaughn, he will run it to Darian Leon Guerrero, who gets the touchdown. Touchdown, Vacaville.
And it's hard to defend because you just got guys coming at you in all different kinds of directions, and they really execute the handoffs really, really well. I mean, it takes a lot to be able to run that type of offense effectively, but Vacaville, they make it look easy.
They do make it look easy. And here's the anonymous kicker. We will never, oh, actually we do. His name is Micah Navarro. We didn't have his name last week. We do now. Micah Navarro had a great game last week. Oh, someone jumped.
And I believe he's 5 for 5 on PATs. I think they had another kicker by the name of Caulfield. Something must have happened because that kicker I saw was like 14 out of 16 for PATs. But now they're going with Navarro, and he's been perfect.
Yeah, Navarro been very solid for the Bulldogs. See if they can carry him the rest of the season. And the PAT is good. He will remain flawless on the season. Now 6 for 6. And a great drive for the Bulldogs. Really able to capitalize on the Mustangs' booched punt on really tough field position. And they're able to drive down, go 45 yards to the end zone.
And you see the diversity of that offense just on that last drive. I mean, they're going to come at you with different formations, and then with Vaughn being able to run and throw well, and then Darian Leon Guerrero. And we haven't really talked about their wide receivers yet, like Timothy Plowman had that, I think it was a 63-yard touchdown reception last week.
Yep, and Matthew Oakes. And not only that, I mean, they did all that with 2 missed balls that could have been touchdowns. We saw one on the sideline and the other one across the middle to Cameron Faucheur. those were 2 potential touchdowns.
And 2 potential touchdowns on that last drive, as you said before. Boy, 2 passes by Vaughn, just a little bit long for the receiver both times.
Yeah, and you wonder if the wind had to do with any of that. Here's a low kick. It'll be a squib right into the hands of Jamorion Johnson. He's going to cut across the field, go all the way to the other sideline. He might have some room, and he braces for a big impact, and a flag is on the play.
Boy, Jamorion Johnson, he gets a head of steam going. And I think every time he's returned a kick, I can't remember him ever being stopped behind the 30-yard line.
Oh, yeah.
He's always picking up lots of yardage and always getting that ball up close to midfield.
Yeah, he's always going to get yardage. You never see him stopped in his tracks or fair catching a ball. He would never. So here's another opportunity for the Mustangs to see if their offense can get going. We see the senior running back, Keith Gallen, in. We'll see if he can get some reps or some touches.
Yeah, he's finally back and healthy. Got hurt early in the season, sat out a couple games. Saw Malachi Jones get a lot of the duties there at running back, but now Gallen is back and healthy.
And here is Miles Meadows with Gallen right behind him here in the pistol. And the ref will blow the whistle. And now Meadows getting the play call from his coach, Miles to Miles. Here's the snap. Miles Meadows with the ball. He's looking, going deep early. Leroy Bryant was not looking. He couldn't find the ball. And looked like Miles really had to get that ball out right away. Had a split second to get that ball out, and the timing was not there for his receiver.
Yeah, he just had to get rid of that a little bit too early. That offensive line, they've got to give him a little bit more time. And by the time he threw it, it was a little early, but you could already see that Bryant had a step on the defender. I think that was number 11 in coverage. That was Roman Price, and he's one of the better cover corners in the Mel.
Yeah, we saw Roman Price really locked down last week. No one was going to his side. Here's Meadows again in the pistol. He's going to run it off to Keith Gallen, and Gallen able to carry on, picking up a few yards after contact. That'll bring up a third and seven, excuse me.
And Blake Espino was in the backfield in a hurry, but not able to make the tackle. The running back was able to cut just inside and pick up a couple yards there. Could have been stopped for a loss.
Definitely. Keith Gallen able to run strong, picking up an extra few yards, giving his offense a chance to convert on third down. Here's third and 7. We'll see what Miles can do. Here with the snap. He's under pressure. He's going to have to run. No, he's going to stop and throw, and that is caught by Leroy Bryant. And that will be inbounds for a first down.
Boy, big time play by Miles Meadows right there. I mean, the house was falling down in front of him. There was danger on all sides, but as we've seen him do so often, he's a calm, cool customer, able to roll to the side and throw a bullet to his receiver, pick up that first down.
Here's Meadows, run to Gallen. He's going to run out to the left side, and he is dropped after a good gain. And like you were saying, Miles Meadows, we see the pocket presence at in the high school level is very, very hard to see. And he's always able to roll out and give his offense a second opportunity.
Yeah, and on that previous play, it looked like it was Lucas Sartorio coming in from his outside linebacker position. I thought he was going to get to Meadows, but Meadows definitely just stepped up in the pocket and then cut to the far side of the field, able to beat the pursuit and throw that pass to get that first down.
And it looks like there will be a timeout. Not sure if it was Rodriguez or Vacaville, but well, now we have time. We can go over the starters. I mean, we already know most of them. We got quarterback Miles Meadows, running back Keith Gallen. We also will see Demaney Nelson Wilson, number 23. Gabriel Betrez, number 18.
Baba Louie
will be in there. We got receivers Jamarion Johnson, number 10, and Jeremiah Hill, number 4. And again, the offensive line, we got left tackle Devin Lakin, number 70. The left guard, George Lane, number 65. Center, Nicholas Moss, a new face on the line. And senior Kane DeGili, number 77. Right tackle, John Dowling, number 55. Here's the Mustangs back on the field after the timeout. Miles with the snap. He's looking. He will be dropped by who else? Blake Espino.
Okay, he's going, you got by me one time, not this time.
Yeah, Blake Espino with an amazing season. A converted running back to defensive end. Just shows the depth on this Vacaville roster. A running back who rushed for 1,000+ yards, able to just swap to the other side of the ball.
And that was as a sophomore. He was playing at Armio.
Yep. Well, here's Miles in the pistol as usual. It's 3rd and 12. He's going to look deep. He's throwing it deep. And that is overthrown to Jeremiah Hill, who was double covered. And we saw Timothy Plowman in on there.
And that was a case where Meadows he could have used another second or two, had to throw that just a little bit sooner than he wanted to, and just led the receiver too much.
Yeah, as you were saying, this Rodriguez, it's going to come down to the offensive line for Rodriguez. You know, we know that this defensive front for Vacaville is so intimidating and scary, and they've just been really the big dogs so far this season. And early, we're seeing the Mustangs not able to really help out Miles and give him the time he needs to hit his receivers. So here's Malik Dawson in on the punt. We'll see what he got. And this is a pop-up infield fly rule, you would think.
Can of corn.
And that will go about 20 yards. Not a great punt from Malik Dawson, but the Bulldogs will still have to go about 60 yards to get to the end zone. Not an easy thing to do.
And boy, looking at that last drive by Rodriguez, they were able to get some positive yards, but it really shows they've got to get that run game going to just keep that Vacaville front a little bit off balance, because that run game with Rodriguez sets up the pass game.
Most definitely. We'll see if that will happen later in the game. Here's Ryan Vaughn with the snap. It is a fake to his running back, and that is dropped by the receiver. Looked like that was number 7, Cameron Faucheur.
Not Faucheur.
Thought he had that Faucheur.
And I think that was the defensive end, Daniel Childs, dropping back in coverage. I couldn't tell if he maybe got a hand in there as well, but pretty good defense there by the Mustangs.
Here is Ryan Vaughn as he gets a snap. And he is dropped. And it looks like that is number 99, Fella Guthrie, starting tonight.
Yeah, getting the started defensive tackle, and we can see why. Boy, he is really athletic, and if you see that kid, he's a kind of a big, tall, kind of lanky kid, but he is really athletic, and he got back on Vaughn in a hurry.
Yeah, no Gresham brothers tonight, and Fella Guthrie with the start. Here's Ryan Vaughn on 3rd and long. He's going to throw it deep, and that ball is overthrown to everybody. Not even Leroy Bryant could have gotten that one. And it'll be a 4th and long. And they will have to punt this ball.
Bentley Williams on the coverage there, along with Leroy Bryant coming over to help from his safety position. And then after it was thrown, I think it was Bentley just kind of pushed the receiver and fell down. I was going, okay, we don't want a flag there, and didn't get one.
That would be a really unfortunate flag. And we see Jeffrey Missouri, who has been injured for a lot of this season. He's back in on the return team with Leroy Bryant. The snap is dropped, still able to get it off. A good punt. And a great bounce as this ball will roll down to the 30-yard line. And it'll be picked up by Lucas Sartorio.
That was not pretty, but what an effective kick there.
Very effective. We saw that last Friday, a bunch of kicks like that, where it was like, oh, that kind of was shanked. And nope, that ball would keep rolling. And especially with the wind helped that one out a little bit.
at the stadium from.
Yeah, cold and windy all day today. Of course, we had all that rain yesterday and should be getting a lot more tomorrow. But thankfully, no rain tonight here in Fairfield, California.
Indeed. Here's Miles Meadows, run to Keith Gallen, and he drops the ball. And it is a dog pile, and it looks like Vacaville has recovered the ball. A fumbled handoff between Miles Meadows and Keith Gallen.
Boy, and I was just going to say, I don't think there's been a penalty against Rodriguez. Their execution has been solid, and glad I didn't say that, right? Because now Rodriguez turns the ball over, and they give Vacaville great field position.
Yeah, that's very tough. Your defense is going to be very angry when they get off the field, able to stop them on a 3-and-out, and now they have to get back on the field in the red zone and cover this just fast and big Vacaville offense. Here's Ryan Vaughn, and he fakes the handoff again. He's going to throw it up, and again overthrown to Cameron for sure. And Malachi Jones was in on the coverage right there.
Pretty good coverage by Malachi Jones there. I mean, he's not very big at 5'2", 5'3", but he was right there with them. Also, too, Plowman on the near side, excellent coverage by Bentley Williams. Bentley Williams, just a sophomore.
Yeah, you see Bentley Williams. He is right on Plowman. Here's the run to Darian Leon Guerrero, who isn't able to get much as he will get out of bounds, and it looks like that ball came out.
I think Baba Louie took it from him.
Baba Louie just stripped him, and the Mustangs just took the ball right back. Wow, what a sequence right here as we see both teams just handing the ball back and forth. We'll see how long this goes.
Well, that was a big break for Rodriguez because Vacaville on the turnover, they get in, score another touchdown, 14-0. Things can start snowballing. So huge for Rodriguez.
Very big play for the Mustangs as they will get a second chance at this. They're going to have to go 80 yards to get to the end zone. But here's Miles Meadows in the pistol. He's stepping back. He's getting that ball out quick. Oh, just out of reach of Jamarion Johnson, the speedy wideout.
Boy, and when Miles Meadows first threw that, the receiver was covered. But man, turned on the afterburners and seemed like he shot a couple feet ahead of the receivers, but couldn't hook up on the pass from Meadows.
Yeah,
had a chance though.
Looked like the Jerry Rice breakaway speed. Looks like he's covered, and out of nowhere, when that ball is in flight, he's able to beat his defender by a couple steps, just out of the reach of Jamarion Johnson. And if Jamarion Johnson can't get that one, no one is. Here's Miles Meadows again in the pistol. He's not going to run it. He's going to throw it. And Blake Espino on his neck, and he will throw it out of bounds across his body.
Boy, Meadows did a good job right there just getting rid of that because it's hard to throw across your body when you got 33 breathing down your neck.
Especially when you're throwing across your body, you got to open up. And you're throwing that ball, your arm is basically exposed to the defender who could either just take it out of your hands or hit your arm. Very hard play to make. Impressive for Miles to get that ball out. Save the 3rd down and 10. Would have been 3rd and forever.
Yeah, at least now they still have a, decent chance at 3rd and 10. Better than 3rd and 25.
Here's Miles. He's going to look out, and that is overthrown again to Leroy Bryant. It'll bring up 4th down.
And he actually had pretty good protection on that play. It was almost like he hurried that throw and didn't have to.
Yeah, had plenty of time on that one. And, yeah, just out of reach of Leroy Bryant.
Well, you're used to those guys coming at you and breathing down your neck, so.
Yep.
All right, so looks like Rodriguez is going to give it back to Vacaville. But able to keep Vacaville from scoring after that turnover, able to get a turnover of their own and keep Vacaville off the board if nothing else.
A great defensive ball game early. Both sides able to stop their opposing offenses. Here's Malik Dawson, his 3rd chance to punt. And this is a boot. and it will go right into the hands of Anthony Wiley, and he will cut to the outside. Just kidding. He's going to cut back inside, and he is dropped. Big hit by Damani Nelson Wilson, number 23, with the tackle.
And that was great pursuit on the kick coverage by Early Johnson, getting down there early. But as you said, it looked like the runner Wiley was coming to the near side of the field, but the pursuit by Rodriguez pushed him back to the middle. That's exactly what you want with your punt coverage.
Great punt coverage on that one. Very difficult to stop the speedy Anthony Wiley from breaking loose.
I've been pretty impressed with the execution of Rodriguez thus far in this game.
Here's Ryan Vaughn. He will fake the run again. He hits Timothy Plowman, number 5, who's able to break a tackle and finally brought down by Leroy Bryant.
Boy, and Bentley Williams, who's been doing pretty well in coverage. Man, he got faked out that time. Receiver wide open. And then Williams went for the tackle, got a handful of jersey, but couldn't quite get him to the ground. Vacaville able to pick up another couple yards as a result.
Oh, there's a penalty on the play, so all of that for naught. And it's hard to tell if that was maybe an RPO. You see the run pass option with the slant route there. He could have maybe handed it off. And then his second option is that slant route that Timothy Plowman ran. But it looks like there will be a penalty for illegal man downfield for the Bulldogs. So that will bring them back. Here's Ryan Vaughn with the snap. He's stepping back. He's throwing to Darian Leon Guerrero, who's got space. Oh, and a big hit right there. That is
pass caught by number 6.
Leroy Bryant. I think that was number 1, Leroy Bryant on the hit. Looked like there were 2 or 3 Mustangs on there.
So Bryant can bring it too defensively.
Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of that from Leroy Bryant. We've seen the picks and the touchdowns showing off the speed and hands. Here's Ryan Vaughn rolling out to his left, and that is just too much gas on that one as he had Timothy Plowman on the sideline.
Pretty good coverage by Jeremiah Hill there on that play, because he was pretty well covered, and Plowman still holding his hand up. Go ahead, throw it. And Vaughn threw him a bullet, but it was about 5 feet over his head.
Yeah, that was an absolute hose right there. A little too much on that one. And right here is a 3rd and 4. We'll see if the Vacaville Bulldogs can pick it up. Here's Darian Leon Guerrero with the spin move. He's going to go upfield, and he is finally dropped by Fella Guthrie and Keith Gallen, the senior running back. No, that is 24, Isaiah Ungalo. No, Gerald Certeza, excuse me.
There you go, baby.
What do I know?
3's a charm. Man, Vacaville, they're tackling Leon Guerrero too high.
Yep.
And they're just swinging off him. Got to get him around the legs.
Here's receiver in motion. Looks like that's Cameron Faucheur. And they blow this play dead. It is a false start on the offense. And Vacaville
looking more like Rodriguez.
Yeah, some early penalties. We did not see that last Friday. They were very polished offensively and defensively. And some early penalties, kind of surprising for such a, like I said, a polished team.
Yeah, Vacaville early, really some missteps and missed opportunities. They could have more points on the board.
Here's Ryan Vaughn. He will fake the handoff again. And Timothy Plowman on the exact same route is down inside the 5-yard line. They will mark it at the 2.
And that wasn't bad coverage by Jeremiah Hill. Plowman.
Sorry, excuse me.
No, go ahead.
There's another penalty. If I'm not mistaken, yes, they will bring this play back again.
Penalties take precedent. Goodness gracious, Vacaville.
Very surprising. And that'll bring up a 1st and 20.
And other than the penalty, that was a well-executed play. It was a great cut by Plowman, and Vaughn hit him right in stride, and he barely had a step on Hill.
Wow, not again.
Back that up.
Another false start. Wow. 1st and 25. And at this rate, it is going to be a long ball game with all these penalties, with the refs having to take control early.
Well, this is great for Rodriguez. If Vacaville can help beat themselves, this makes it a lot easier for Rodriguez.
Definitely. We've seen Vacaville really their worst enemy so far, as they've had plenty of opportunities to score more points on the board. Could arguably be up by 3 scores right now with the strong defense, but struggling offense at this point.
And Rodriguez, they tend to start slow at times. I mean, really, for Rodriguez, it's been the second half.
Yep. They are a second half team, almost like we saw with that Warriors run, the third quarter team. That is Rodriguez so far this year, as they come out of the second half really, really strong.
So Vacaville struggling with their execution, but boy, the run game has been going well. Darion Leon Guerrero, he is fun to watch. And I have yet to see one Rodriguez defender bring him down with a solo tackle.
Yeah,
it takes 2-3 guys to get him to the ground.
Yep, he will always get past first contact, whether it's the spin move, the juke move. He'll just run right through you if he has to. And yeah, we're just seeing a clinic for Darion Leon Guerrero, just like last week. Had a monster game, and he is dominating so far this game as well. Here's Ryan Vaughn in the pistol. He will roll out to his left. He's looking downfield. He has a receiver caught inbounds and then walks out of bounds. That is number 21, Cameron Malone.
Boy, Vaughn threw him a strike right there. He went out about 10 yards, turned around, and the ball was there. Excellent execution by Vacaville. But is there another penalty?
Wow.
You know, after every play, you look up and Vacaville's moving backwards.
Man, is that 4 straight penalties?
I think it is.
That is 4 straight penalties. Are we going for a record tonight?
I think it's 6 so far for Vacaville, and we're still in the first quarter. Yeah, very uncharacteristic of the Bulldogs.
Here's the quarterback, Ryan Vaughn, in the pistol, and he is rolling out to his right, looking deep. He is brought down by 18, Baba Louie.
You know, Gabriel Batres, what a great athlete. He's one of the few kids on Rodriguez that starts on offense and defense, plays tight end. Now he gets a start at defensive end. And man, he uses that speed and athleticism. The running back, was that Vaughn, could not get around the corner.
Yeah, an unsung hero for this Mustangs team, as he plays both sides of the ball and uses his height and speed. Here's Ryan Vaughn. He's looking across the middle. Timothy Plowman again on that slant route. Someone guard that slant route. The ball comes loose, and it is a mad dash for the ball. It looks like
Rodriguez.
Leroy Bryant was able to recover it.
And that was Bentley Williams who was able to knock the ball out after the reception by Plowman.
Wow.
Plowman, he can't believe he fumbled that.
What a start to this ball game. We've seen change of possessions left and right.
Well, coming into this game, I felt the only real chance Rodriguez had is they would have to commit fewer penalties and less turnovers. So far, that's working out for them. Now, they're going to have to do something with the ball and get some points on the board. But certainly, things have been favorable for Rodriguez, especially with the penalties against Vacaville and the turnovers.
Yeah, very surprising the Mustangs haven't been starting off with that running game as we normally see. We saw against Armio, they ran the ball, fourth down, let's run the ball. And so far, they've been going with the passing attack, which has not been great from the great pass rush from Vacaville. So here's Miles Meadows with his running back, Malachi Jones, to his side. He's going to go to the screen. That is Jamarion Johnson, who doesn't have much there. And what else? Another flag on the play as the clock runs out for the first quarter. There will be one more play, though.
Boy, and that was such a nice play by Jamarion Johnson. He could have been dropped for a loss, but able to get by 2 Vacaville defenders and get upfield. But it looks like this.
Face mask called against the Bulldogs.
Wow, the Bulldogs with their 7th penalty of the game, not even through one quarter. I mean, coach has got to be livid right now. And you can hear some of the fans heckling with trying to call out the refs, but I don't know.
You know, we've covered Vacaville football here at the Solano College Sports Network since 2013. And Cameron, I cannot remember a game where they had this many penalties. And we're talking really about a quarter.
One quarter, and it is 7-0. The Vacaville Bulldogs doesn't seem deserving as they're winning by one score, although they have also 7 penalties, a penalty a point at this time.
And they've moved the ball effectively.
Definitely.
Against Rodriguez. They got that passing game going, and then the run game with Darian Leon Guerrero has been effective. You know, you look at Darian Leon Guerrero, he may have lost more yards in penalties than he's actually gained rushing the football tonight.
Yep, definitely. He's had a great game, but 7 penalties accumulating for probably 35 yards at this point.
And there we just saw the coaches at Vacaville getting on the players a little bit. There you have a look at the Rodriguez squad over there on the far side of the field.
Yeah, we see both coaches really trying to get their share on what's been going on in that first quarter. And I think there's a little urgency for the Mustangs as, you know, they want to take advantage of their defense and get the Bulldogs on their heels, really kind of punch them in the mouth early. This is a great opportunity to take advantage of the penalties that they've been having.
Yeah, and I like that last play call because King, he's just trying to spread the field out a little bit. Usually they like getting that run game going to open up the passing game, but run game not going, so they're going to use the pass maybe to spread out the defense a little bit and then get back to that run game.
Here is Miles Meadows with Malachi Jones to his left. He will step back. He's throwing it deep over the hands of Malachi Jones, the running back, who was on the wheel route right there, able to get down the sideline, but that ball is overthrown again.
And he was open and pretty good protection by Rodriguez there, and they got smart. They double-teamed 33 Espino.
Yep. Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of that tonight. Blake Espino just a monster down there, and he can wreak havoc at any point in the game.
And Dylan Cho is 67 there. He's the nose tackle. And then you got Luke Levengood, number 69, and he's a big-time player. In fact, his older brother, Jake Levengood, was one of the best offensive linemen to come out of Vacaville. He's starting I think he's a sophomore with Oregon State, starting at guard.
Good call. Here's Miles Meadows with the handoff, and they will only pick up a couple as Blake Espino was in on that one, as well as Dylan Cho.
Yeah, tough to run against Vacaville. And that linebacking core is so solid with Lucas Sartorio, Liam Flaherty, Eric Gladney, and John Navarro.
Yeah, definitely. They have a bunch of tackles so far this year, as that has been carrying the Vacaville Bulldogs is their strong defense. And here are the Mustangs lined up. Malachi Jones to the left of Miles Meadows. Here's the snap. He's got it. He's looking down the sideline. No, that is across the middle to Jamarion Johnson. Again, overthrown. We haven't seen Miles Meadows really able to connect so far tonight.
He's just getting back there and he's just chucking it.
Yeah, he really is. It looks like he's throwing up prayers to his receivers, seeing if they'll catch him. And some great opportunities. We see the Mustangs able to beat their defenders, have a couple steps, and really some touchdowns if Miles Meadows is able to hit him in stride.
And Rodriguez, too, just trying to spread that defense, move them back a little bit, get those safeties playing a little bit deeper, and then hopefully that's going to open up the run game for you, but won't be on this drive as they're going to punt it away to Vacaville.
Indeed. Here is Malik Dawson, his 4th punt of the night, and it is the beginning of the second quarter. Here's Malik, and this is a good one. We'll see if it goes out of bounds. It will. Maybe a little unlucky as that ball did roll out of bounds. Could have rolled a little farther if it stayed fair, but this will be out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
So Vacaville desperately needs to get untracked and see if they can keep the yellow hankies off the field and get that offense going. Well, the offense has been going, but they have to sustain the drives by not committing penalties.
Here are the Bulldogs. Ryan Vaughn We'll see if he'll be able to heat up and hit some of his targets. And he is going to air this one out to Anthony Wiley, who almost made an acrobatic catch, having to change shoulders, looking to his left, had to switch around and catch it to his right. A little Willie Mays catch right there, but it was incomplete.
Pretty good pressure by Rodriguez that time. I think Vaughn threw that just a little sooner than he wanted to. I think that was Baba Louie, Gabriel Bertrez, coming in from his defensive in position to put the pressure on Vaughn.
Here's Vaughn in the pistol with Darian Leon Guerrero. He will motion him to the slot. I would watch that man. Here's Ryan Vaughn. He's going to step up in the pocket, make a move, and no, he's going to throw it, and that'll be incomplete to his running back who was lined up in the slot, Darian Leon Guerrero.
Boy, you really see the athleticism of Vaughn on that play. Dodging defenders, looked like he was going to take off and run, and then just zip that pass, incomplete, but good attempt there by the quarterback.
Yeah, it almost looked like a backyard football type of play. Motions his running back and is kind of just willy-nilly running around, trying to find his receiver last second. Not the exact type of style the Vacaville Bulldogs will want to rely on. As again, he'll motion his, nope. Plays blown dead. It is a timeout.
Timeout Mustangs.
Timeout for Rodriguez. They use their second timeout of the game. Both teams left with one timeout here with 10 minutes and 46 seconds left.
Boy, and if Rodriguez can get a stop here and prevent Vacaville from picking up the 10 yards they need to get a first down, they're going to get the ball back again. And so the defense has done a pretty solid job thus far. I mean, certainly we're into the second quarter. Rodriguez still in this one, and that's kind of the game plan they want to follow. Getting that third quarter, still in the game. Getting the game in the fourth quarter, still in the game. You got a chance.
Yeah, you always want to stay in the game with the Vacaville because that's really all you can hope for at this point. The Bulldogs have been so dominant over the past several years. Really, to stay in this game and have a donut on the board and still really say that you're in the game is a great testament to the defense the Mustangs have been playing tonight. Here's Ryan Vaughn by himself in shotgun. He will get the snap. He's looking deep, and he will stop, throw it. Timothy Plowman, who was wide open, and Leroy Bryant in on the tackle.
Boy, and it was a pretty good job by the defensive backs because initially it looked like he wanted to go to Wiley deep on the near side of the field, but the coverage there was excellent. He pulled it down, looked like he was going to run again, and then saw a receiver and able to make a nice pass there, pick up that first down they needed to keep this drive going.
Here's that replay as we see the pass downfield. Here's Ryan Vaughn with the run to Darian Leon Guerrero. He is stuffed by Gerald Certeza, the middle linebacker.
Boy, good play there by Certeza. Just found a little gap to get through and gets in there and makes the stop.
And like you were saying, not many solo tackles. Gerald Certeza said, not I will get in on that one. And able to stop Darian Leon Guerrero at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
Maybe actually behind the line of scrimmage.
I like that kid, Certeza. He's feisty. Thanks to get after
a dog.
it. Maybe not that feisty.
And it looks like there was a penalty on the play.
Yeah, it was a personal foul. They didn't say a number. I'm not sure who it was on, but boy. And is that Rodriguez's first penalty?
First or second penalty, yeah, one or two penalties I think so far to start this game. Way better than the Bulldogs so far in that department. Here's the run. Darian Leon Guerrero up the field, and Jeffrey Missouri able to get low and stop him, although he is able to pick up a couple more yards after. Great run.
And he got through the line. There were a bunch of Mustangs there, and then you just see 6 coming out of the pile.
Houdini, really, as he's able to get through the line, and you don't really know how. Looked like he was stopped, but he was able to sneak his way through. Here's Ryan Vaughn in the pistol. He is going to throw it out to his receiver, Darian Leon Guerrero, who will run down the sideline, and he will pick up the touchdown.
That one referee was a little slow getting his hands up. I was pretty sure he was in, but he took his time.
It was hard to tell on the other side of the field, but yeah, the ref was able to Here's a replay. Darren Leon Guerrero. Ooh! What
Was that
a
Jeremiah
hit.
Hill?
Wow.
Yeah, I think that was 4 coming up to make the stop, and boy, just got plowed by Darian Leon Guerrero.
That's a scary hit.
I like the way 4 popped up like,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Ain't no biggie. Here's the kick by the flawless kicker, as he will stay flawless. No such thing as a broadcaster's jinx. But wow, Darren Leon Guerrero taking over this ball game as usual. As you said, the back of the year, potentially player of the year.
Boy, and Rodriguez had him on that 3rd and 10 still in Vacaville territory, but couldn't get the stop there. Vaughn comes through with the big pass connection and then able to take it into the end zone by getting the ball to number 6.
Yeah, the Bulldogs will go up by 2 scores here in the second quarter, as the Mustangs will really need to get this offense going. I think they're going to have to really set up this run game if they want to be able to get the passing game going, because the pass rush for the Bulldogs has just really been phenomenal all season, able to get a bunch of sacks.
Yeah, and I think you just go to the quicker throws. You know, they've been going deep on most of the pass attempts.
Yep. Here's a squib. It is a low kick picked up by Leroy Bryant. He's on the sideline, and he will stay in bounds. He's going to try traversing fields, but he is not going anywhere, actually going backwards.
Boy, and oh, look at that penalty.
Wow.
That was like a 30-yard toss there. Boy, so many times with Bryant, too. You see him on the far side of the field getting ahead of steam, head into a pile, and then you see him come out the other side. Not that time, though. Good tackling by Vacaville.
Yeah, you see the great footwork, really able to chop his feet and break down his defender almost every time. That time, almost able to escape, but just too many Bulldogs around him.
And I think this penalty is going against Vacaville. Looks like a big one, too. Personal foul.
Yes, as you said, another penalty on the Bulldogs. An obvious personal foul on that one. So here are the Mustangs in decent field position. Got to go 65 yards to get to the end zone. Here's Miles Meadows. He's going to sit back. He's going to throw it, and again, overthrown to Jamarion Johnson. Miles Meadows really just off right now.
Yeah, he threw that one to his head coach, Miles King.
Miles to Miles, as they will talk this one over. And another penalty, that is a holding on the Mustangs. Only their 3rd penalty of the game.
Well, Rodriguez down 2 touchdowns, and, I mean, they're used to that. They've been down by 2 scores lots of times this season. But this is Vacaville. A little bit different. A little bit harder to come back again. So right now, they really would like to get something going. Even if they don't put points on the board, get a little momentum, a little confidence in their offense.
Here's Miles with the snap. He's going to get that ball out quick, and it is incomplete. It looked like Lucas Sartorio was in on that one, able to break up the pass to Gabriel Betrez.
And Meadows is lucky. That could have easily been an interception. That would have been a costly turnover there for Rodriguez.
Yeah, Lucas Sartorio almost jumped that pass, would have picked it off, and it would have just been up to the offensive lineman to tackle him at that point. Already in their side of the field, he would have had an easy touchdown.
But I like that Rodriguez, they're going to the little shorter routes. Now Meadows has just got to be a little more accurate with his passing.
Yeah, we saw the Bulldogs do that with the RPOs, the fake handoff to their running back, and they hit Plowman on that slant route like 3 or 4 times. We'll see if the Mustangs will come up with something similar to that. Here's Meadows. He's going to throw it out to Malachi Jones, who will catch it in bounds, and that is a big play as he will pick up the first down and some. It looked like that was number 30, Brady Mott, on the tackle.
And just excellent play call there. And Meadows, just a quick 5-step drop, plants, throws, wide open receiver.
Yeah, great pitch and catch from the quarterback to usual running back Malachi Jones, who was able to get outside and catch that ball.
Yeah, because up to this point for Rodriguez, all the pass plays have been deep. And so those defensive backs, they're used to coming back now, shorten the field, shorten the routes, could get something going offensively, and then get that ground game going.
Most definitely. We'll see if they will use that attack. And actually, it is a 3rd and 2. Thought they had the first down. Very hard to tell from our angle, as that was the far side of the field. Here's Miles Meadows by himself in shotgun. And he's going to roll out to his right. A short pass. It is.
I think he got it.
It is. Well, we will wait to see. The refs are going to call it incomplete to Jamarion Johnson. That'll bring up a 4th down.
Boy, just a little low there. Jamarion Johnson, pretty good job, though, getting down there and trying to do everything he could to make it look like a catch.
Yeah, getting
Fooled
down.
me.
Getting down, having to box out the defender to make sure that he has the right positioning. And it looks like they're going to bring out the punt team, playing it safe here on 4th and 2.
Yeah, pretty much have to. Still lots of time here in the first half. 9 minutes left in the second quarter.
And a great opportunity to pin down the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs have had great field position all night. We'll see what they can do. Here's Malik Dawson with the snap, a little high. No worries, he's able to get this one off. And it is a great punt. Oh, it looks like Wiley touched that ball. This ball's live. He's going to have to pick it up inside the 5-yard line. There's no one outside. And eventually brought down by number 5, Trevor Cromie.
Yeah, pretty good pursuit there by Damani Nelson Wilson to get the outside containment. For a second there, Cameron, like you said, it looked like that sideline was going to be a big lane there on the return. But good pursuit there by Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez looked like they saw that and really wanted to make sure they got to the outside to beat him there. And then he cut in the middle, but Trevor Cromie wasn't having that.
And Cromie's just a sophomore.
Here's Vaughn with the snap. He's going to hand it off to his running back, Darian Leon Guerrero, who is tackled by Gabriel Betrez.
Good tackle, Babalui, and hit him low.
Yep.
Got him right around the thighs, drove him to the ground. That's how you have to tackle that kid. You try to grab him around the shoulders, you're going to get swung off to the side.
That is the scouting report on Darian Leon Guerrero, the best back in the Mel. And it seems like you were right. You need to get him low. Here's Ryan Vaughn, another run to Darian Leon Guerrero, who has space. Almost able to throw off Leroy Bryant, but he will stay up on the tackle and bring him down.
And that's the third time I've seen Faley Guthrie get penetration, get his hands on Guerrero, but he tries to grab him around the shoulder pads, and Guerrero just goes under him each time.
He's too quick and too shifty. He'll just really throw you off of him. You got to stop him in front and get low. As he picked up the first down on that run, we'll see if they stay with it. Cameron Fauchot in the motion. Here's Daniel Leon Guerrero up the middle, and another great run. Good for about 8 or 9 yards.
Boy, just a nice hole over on the left side of the field. And Caden DeGilly was in at defensive tackle.
Usually only see him on the offensive line, as he is still out there. As we said, the Gresham brothers are out, so they're going to need some help up the middle defensively. And they bring in Caden DeGilly. Here's the snap. Ryan Vaughn, he will get brought down by Keith Gallen, the running back, in on that one.
Yeah, that looked like a blitz from the outside, and he was there in a hurry, and Babalui was coming in from the other side. So good defensive pressure there by Rodriguez, and they needed that one.
Great call by Miles King on the blitz on that one. Pressured Ryan Vaughn on the passing play. Had nowhere to go. Here's Ryan Vaughn again motioning his receiver. And he will run it off to Darian Leon Guerrero, who bounces off his own lineman. And Trevor Cromie in on that one.
Yeah, good stop there by Cromie and a few other Mustangs there. And so good stop there by Rodriguez. They're going to get the ball back.
Great stop. And we'll see if the Mustangs can do anything this drive. I think they're going to need to get some points on the board before half. Get some momentum, some confidence going into half. We know they're a great second half team, but you don't want to be down 2 scores going into half. It's a tough hill to climb.
And let's see what happens on the punt. You got number 1, Leroy Bryant, and Jamorian Johnson back there. Either one of those guys can take it to the house.
And here's the punter, number 45, Ariel Till, with the punt. And he's going to fake it. He's going to try to run to the outside. And he's going to get it.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
18 of Rodriguez.
Gabriel
Babalui. He got beat around the outside.
Yep. Yeah, he took a tough route on that one. Should have swung out more. Would have had plenty of room. And instead, he took a shorter route and was an arm's length away from bringing him down.
Yeah, you just push him to the middle. The pursuit's there. They would have had him easily. But he gets to the outside. Plenty of green grass. Gutsy call there by the Bulldogs.
Very gutsy call. We've seen the Bulldogs go for it on 3 fourth downs so far tonight. Here's Ryan Vaughn again with a second life. He's looking down the sideline to the right. He's got a receiver open, and it is caught. Number 11, he will be down at the 1. That is Roman Price. Usually see him as the DB. Huge catch right there.
Man, and Vaughn threw him such a nice ball. Good route there by Price. He had a step on the cornerback. I think that was Jeremiah Hill back there in coverage. And just like that, bam, you thought you're getting the ball back. Sorry, we're just going to add another 7 to the scoreboard.
Yep, and I think we're going to see 4-6 right here. Darian Leon Guerrero, a huge red zone threat. The run, and no, he is stopped. Looked like he was stopped. What do I know?
Yeah, I think his knees hit before he was able to get the ball across the plane there. He looks like he might be a little dinged up there. Coming to the sideline.
Yeah, coming to the sideline. We'll see who they go with. They might go to the backup, Amani Holiday. No, that is Blake Espino and Amani Holiday. We might see the double wing right here. They're going to rush this up to the line. Here it is.
And Espino has some touchdowns.
And no, it's the keeper, Ryan Vaughn, in on the touchdown.
What a great call, too. You bring in, you set up that double wing, and the quarterback just keeps it. That's why that offense is so hard to defend. The ball's coming from so many different directions. You're watching everybody else, and then they can, okay, we'll just take it in with the quarterback. Bam, touchdown.
Yeah, you got the 2 potential runs, the 2 handoffs with 2 backs in there. Could have ran to Amani Holiday or Blake Espino. And then there's the play action potential. Just a great play call for the Bulldogs as they're in complete control of this game. Up by 3 scores with 5.5 minutes left in the second quarter.
Yeah, they seem to have the penalties under control. For a while there, it wasn't looking good for Vacaville.
Here is the PAT, a line drive, but it is good.
That was almost like the ball just willed itself over the goalpost. It was kind of going side to side and then shoo.
That ball was knuckling in there with the wind. Looked a little scary for the Bulldogs, but he was able to bang it through. Up 21-0 here in the first half. Very solid start for Vacaville. With all the penalties and the missed passes in the first quarter that we saw, they're still up by 3 scores and shutting out this Rodriguez Mustangs offense.
And Rodriguez very fortunate because there could be another couple touchdowns on the board easily.
Most definitely. And we will hopefully see Rodriguez get the ball. I called that last time. We'll see if Vacaville's getting greedy here. They might go with the onside. Here's the kicker, Micah Navarro. And it is a kick to the back of the end zone. They will let it roll through.
And, of course, in high school football, if you receive it in the end zone, it's a touchback.
Touchback for the Mustangs, and that's a rare thing to see. Really an oddity in high school football is a ball that is kicked all the way into the back of the end zone. Not even the back of the end zone, into the end zone. You usually see those squibs, onside kicks, and A great kick right there for Micah Navarro.
You know, Rodriguez has actually played pretty well in terms of controlling the penalties and the turnovers. They're just getting beat by a better team right now.
Definitely. Really opposite of normal. Normally they play great football, but the penalties come back to bite them. Tonight they're playing more poised with penalties, but not able to connect. And here's a run to Malachi Jones, the spark plug, able to get out of bounds.
Clear to play by number 11.
Yeah, they haven't really tried to get Mighty Mouse going. That might be the ticket. But he can run so hard. He's not very big, 5'2". There you see him, 135 pounds. But he runs so low to the ground, he's like a heat-seeking missile once he gets a head of steam going.
Yeah, like you said, they've really given up on their run game in the second quarter, relying on Miles Meadows to hit his receivers downfield, but that has just not worked so far tonight. Again, the run to Malachi Jones, and he is met up the middle. A couple Bulldogs in on the tackle.
Yeah, that was Brady Mott coming up from his safety position to make a nice stop, and you got the linebacker, middle linebacker Gladney there making a stop as well. Very solid defense.
And this will bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Mustangs. Huge third down to convert right here, and it is a fake. Miles Meadows going to run for it, and he is met. It does not look like...
I don't think he got it.
I don't think he got it either. His helmet came off. Big hit by Timothy Plowman. Able to meet him low.
And Plowman had a head of steam because he was coming up from his DB position.
31-yard line.
Yeah, that's what they got it,
They
baby.
got the first down.
Boy, that surprised me. I was just going to say, I don't like the pistol in short yardage situations because you're giving up 5 yards.
Yeah. I would like to see more of an under center look, or
Yeah, I mean, look at the touchdown that Vaughn just scored for Vacaville.
double wing. That is a run.
Boy, nothing doing there over on the right
Yeah,
side.
Malachi Jones with the run.
I mean, you just saw John Dowling, the the right tackle, picking himself up off the ground. One of the defenders just bowled him over. That's your job.
Yeah. And that was Keenan Jones in on quarterback right there. Might have wanted to give Miles Meadows a breather after he ran for the first down on the last play. Able to just run it off to Malachi Jones. Not able to pick much. But here is Miles back in the shotgun with Malachi Jones to his right. He will get the snap. He's going to look. He's got plenty of time. He's airing it out to his receiver and not able to hit Gabriel Betrez in stride.
That looked like Sartorio in coverage. Number 4, the outside linebacker, doing a pretty good job on a talented tight end like Babalui.
Yeah, great job tonight. Not as many tackles as we're used to seeing, but great coverage, showing the versatility on defense. One of their best defenders. He's had a monster season.
So second half winding down here. Rodriguez would just love to somehow, some way, get some points on the board, feel good about themselves coming out for the second half. Just hard getting through that front 7 of Vacaville. We saw it last week with Vanden.
Yeah.
And Trey Dimes, who's a pretty talented quarterback. Boy, Vacaville made life miserable for him last week.
Yeah, he was scrambling all night. And we've seen mostly the same for Miles Meadows. Here's Miles, and he is going to roll out to his left, running for his life, and he will run out of bounds. That will be a sack as he is behind the line of scrimmage.
Pursuit there by number 16. That's Liam Flaherty, one of the outside linebackers, showing off his speed there.
And this will bring up a 4th down. No, it is 3rd down. Maybe a 3rd and 20. Big loss on that play.
Yeah, they've been in a lot of long 3rd down situations. And wind starting to pick up again.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like the
windy
wind's
night.
at their back, though.
And the Mustangs still in their huddle. They break their huddle. And this is a more...
Let's see what they dial up here.
Yeah. Here's Miles Meadows with the snap. He's going to go dump it off short to Jamorion Johnson. Nowhere to go. And he is swallowed in the backfield.
Yeah, and that didn't surprise anyone. Meadows kind of telegraphed that. You got 10 back there. He's usually not back there. And Miles Meadows looking right at him. Okay, here you go. And then you got 5 white jerseys on you as soon as you catch the ball.
Yeah, like you said, immediately getting the snap and turning to his running back. No fake on that play. And the Bulldogs were able to sniff that out right away, putting Malik Dawson in a really tough situation to punt this ball downfield. We've seen a couple shanked punts. He's going to need a really big punt on this one to set up good field position for the defense.
He does have the wind at his back, though, so if he could just get this thing up in the wind, let's see what happens.
Here's Malik with the snap. And this will be low as it will go out of bounds at the 42-yard line, it looked like.
Yeah, it looked like Malik just kind of rushed that a little bit. And why wouldn't you? You're standing back at your own goal line.
Yeah, and we've seen Vacaville this quarter really cut down on the penalties, and now they're just starting to be a well-oiled machine offensively and defensively, looking very polished.
Yeah, the end of that first quarter, they were just beating themselves.
And here's Amani Holiday in at running back. Interested to see what's up with Darian Leon Guerrero. He was banged up in their last possession. Here's Ryan Vaughn. He is going to look deep. What a ball, and incomplete to Timothy Plowman. Bentley Williams on the coverage. Great defense, able to get his hand in there.
Yeah, I like Bentley Williams. A couple weeks ago when Rodriguez played at Wood, we didn't do that game, but I went to the game, was taking some film, and a lot of the times I just had the camera on 17 on Bentley Williams on defense. And boy, he is a really good cover cornerback, and he's just a sophomore.
Yeah, going to be a great defensive back for the Mustangs in the near future. And here's the run to Amani Holiday, the backup running back, able to get through the line and pick up some good yardage.
And they'll bring in Amani Holiday too at times just to give Darian Leon Guerrero a spell. And you know, it's so different watching Vacaville because in the past with that double wing, they always feature, 3-4 top running backs. This is one of the few times I've seen where really the focus has been on Darian Leon Guerrero as a featured back.
Here's Ryan Vaughn with the snap. He is looking deep, and he's overthrown to Anthony Wiley. Had his man wide open for a touchdown.
Boy, just a tad there too. And when that left Vaughn, I thought that pass was good. That looked pretty good, but just a hair too far. And you're dealing with the wind here tonight too.
Throwing against the wind, very tough to do. And looks like the Vacaville Bulldogs are not going to punt this ball. They're going to go for it on 4th and 8. Staying aggressive. And Vaughn's going to roll out to his right. And he's looking deep. It is out of bounds and incomplete. A turnover on downs.
Sartoria, though, he's going, I wanted that one. Man, I like this kid. He just plays like his hair is on fire. He's all over the field on defense. And every once in a while, he gets a chance like we just saw him to get in and play a little offense. He's actually a decent runner.
Yeah, a spark plug for the Bulldogs for sure. Able to play both sides of the ball. And that ball was not able to be caught. Even if he did catch it, it would have been out of bounds and incomplete. But that will be a turnover on downs, giving the Mustangs the ball here with just under 2 minutes left in the first half. We'll see if the Mustangs can get a solid drive going and build some confidence for the second half.
Yeah, they just need something good to happen that they can take in to halftime and build on it. How about a first down, boys?
Here's Miles Meadows on the snap. He's rolling out to right. Blake Espino on his back, and he's just going to throw that one out of bounds.
Yeah, it's like as soon as he gets the ball, he's got to run backwards another 10 yards to try to get rid of the ball.
Yeah, we've seen Espino all over the field tonight, chasing down Miles.
Espino.
Just a great intimidator from the outside.
Well, that was a challenge for Rodriguez tonight. They needed a big game from their offensive line, and that's no easy feat against Vacaville. But the one thing we can tell you about Rodriguez, kids ain't going to quit. They're going to keep coming. They're going to keep playing hard.
That's for sure, especially in the second half. We will see the great second half team the Mustangs have been. Here's Miles Meadows. He's going to roll up, step up in the pocket, and he is brought down. That is Dylan Cho on the tackle, the senior nose tackle.
Boy, I tell you, it's been really fun watching Price and Bryant go at it. That was one of the matchups I was really looking forward to, and pretty good coverage by Price there. That's why Meadows couldn't heave the ball downfield and try to get it to Leroy Bryant. Number 11 was there disrupting that pass play.
Yeah, we saw last Friday Roman Price really shadowing every receiver for Vanden, whether it was Amarion York or any other receiver they had.
Yeah, Brandon Chavez. That kid was fast,
yep.
And Price stayed with him the whole time.
Step for step, all ball game. And now we have a 3rd and 17, and they will have to go a mile to get into the end zone, but they have a couple of miles on their team. Here's Meadows stepping back. He's throwing across the middle. There's Leroy Bryant on the slant route, and he will be dropped. Finally, we see the slant route completed.
And Vacaville, they have done an excellent job corralling Leroy Bryant, who is probably the most explosive offensive weapon for Rodriguez. Vacaville doing a good job keeping the ball out of his hands tonight, at least thus far.
Yeah, arguably the best player for the Mustangs, Leroy Bryant, racking up a bunch of touchdowns this year, whether it's on the defensive or offensive side of the ball. And like you said, he's been really under wraps all game. But here's a timeout. Looks like Vacaville will spend their final timeout.
Yeah, Rodriguez just has not had the opportunity to get the ball in the hands of their skill players enough, like Malachi Jones. We talked about Leroy Bryant. Also getting the ball to number 4, Jeremiah Hill, who has great speed as well. Jamarian Johnson has done a few things, but they just haven't been able to get their skill players in a position where they can really do some damage against this Vacaville defense. Still a lot of ball game left to play, though.
Plenty of ball game, and it's hard to point fingers, but really the defensive pressure has just really limited to Miles Meadows being able to get this ball out to his skill players, like you said. And we'll see if they're going to try to focus on that right here and for the future of this ball game. A couple guys in motion. And no, that's not motion. They're just getting ready for the snap. Here's Miles Meadows again across the middle of the field. Leroy Bryant on the slant route again, able to stay on his feet, but there is a flag on the play.
And I was going to say pretty good protection there. Espino was coming in with a head of steam. I couldn't see who the blocker was, but one of the Rodriguez blockers was able to move him to the outside, allow Meadows to step in and complete the pass.
And is a legal man downfield. And that will be a turnover on downs, giving Vacaville the ball in their own side of the field, able to go up by 4 scores before the end of the first half.
It'll be interesting to see what adjustments Rodriguez makes during halftime. They've been pretty good at halftime adjustments. They're going to have some big-time adjustments for this game.
Indeed.
Right now they need a stop.
They need a huge stop right here, and that is Darren Leon Guerrero back on the field. Good sign for the Bulldogs as they have their horse back in the game. And it'll be a fake. He's going to look out to Cameron for sure, and he is out of bounds.
Pass completed to number 7, Cameron Fochek.
I like the PA announcer. That's it. If you don't know the name, just kind of budget.
Yeah, we heard that on a couple of these names, and another name that we were not able to get last time, Matthew Oakes. We haven't seen a whole lot of him this game.
Yeah, we got your name down this time.
Here's Ryan Vaughn looking upfield. That is
Bam.
Anthony Wiley. Touchdown, Vacaville. Anthony Wiley, the speedy receiver, just running straight, and it looks like there will be a taunting That's an unsportsmanlike conduct after the play. We saw the ref throw a couple flags.
So it might be a 20-yard PAT.
Yeah. Boo-hoo. And we got the replay on this one, just wide open, no one there. The safeties came up on that one, and there was just no one there to guard Anthony Wiley, the speedy receiver.
Boy, that play worked for him last week against Vanden, working tonight against Rodriguez.
Here's the extra long PAT, and it is good. Barely able to get that over.
By much.
Wow.
So Rodriguez was hanging around. It seemed like it wasn't that long ago. They were just down 7-0, but then the wheels came off, and 28-0 Vacaville handily ahead of the Rodriguez Mustangs.
Yeah, it looks like this game flipped over on its head very fast. We saw in the first quarter both teams fumbling the ball, giving it back and forth to each other. It was like, who's going to take advantage? And clearly Vacaville has been able to take advantage. Cut down on the penalties, and really just Ryan Vaughn able to step up big time and hit his receivers in stride for touchdowns.
Boy, and for Rodriguez, I feel kind of bad at the outset in the intro. Just cut down the penalty. Hey, well, we did it, and it's not helping us.
Yeah.
Miles King is going to learn a lot about his kids tonight.
Most definitely. The second half will be very interesting, seeing how they respond to this punch in the mouth by the Vacaville Bulldogs, who, like how you said, have been dominating them historically, 13-0.
In fact, the very first game where they played each other was in 2008, and that was probably the closest game. Vacaville won that game 48-42. You know who the quarterback was?
Miles King.
Miles King, baby. He threw 4 touchdowns. He had over 300 yards passing in that game. That was the first time they played Vacaville. But since then, it's been pretty much blowout after blowout by Vacaville. I mean, and they played as recently as last spring, and Vacaville won that game 63-8.
Wow. Absolute massacre. And we've seen Vacaville do that all season. Although they do have 2 losses on the year, they have just been blowing teams out. I mean, so has Rodriguez. We saw last week, they beat Fairfield, what was it, 44-0.
Yeah, but Fairfield has like 11 kids, I think, total on the team. That poor program, they need some help. They just don't have enough kids going out for football. Well, get yourself out, play some football. We'll come televise your games.
Yep. And we'll see the hold on this kick, as it is so windy they have to hold it. Here's Leroy Bryant. He's going for the pitch. That'll go to Jamorion Johnson. A little trick play. Looks like a little Music City we've seen with the Titans.
Yeah, they just weren't able to get Jamorion Johnson in a place where he could really utilize his speed.
Yep.
He couldn't get to the outside, tried to cut it up the middle, but just too many Vacaville Bulldogs there. Excellent pursuit on the kick coverage by Vacaville.
And Rodriguez with only 7 seconds on the clock. We'll see if they're just going to knee this one out and take it to half, or if they're going to try to create something. They got to have a trick play in the book for a situation like this.
Yeah, I'm going to doubt they're going to take a knee.
Yeah, I mean, down this big, you know, the last thing you want is a turnover and 6 points for the other team.
They're going to keep coming.
But you might as well go for it at this point. It's all or nothing.
So watch them take a knee.
Here's Miles Meadows. He's going to throw it across the middle. Leroy Bryant able to pick it up. And there's no one downfield. Leroy Bryant. And he is stopped by Timothy Plowman. What great pursuit to beat him downfield. It looked like Leroy Bryant had green grass to go.
Boy, good angle by Plowman. That was his only hope, and he still had to bust it with everything he had to get there and make a stop. But that's the explosiveness of Rodriguez, and that's the playmaking ability of number one. If you can get the ball in his hands and get him some space, well, you just saw the results.
Yep. And that'll do it for the first half. We will catch you on the flip side for the second half.
My name is Clarence Isidore, principal of Rodriguez High School. Welcome to Solano College Sports Network. Thank you for watching.
Well, hi, everybody. I'm Greg Poff, director of the Solano College Sports Broadcasting Program, and we're here in the TV studio at Solano Community College, and I'd like to tell you about a great opportunity this summer. Now, typically with our summer class, we're covering sports because of the COVID-19 pandemic. We're opening up the class to all of you podcasters, YouTube influencers, to give you a chance to come in and create content that we can show on YouTube. You can have your own podcast. We can even put you on Channel 28 locally. Let's take a look at some of the equipment we have here in the studio. Come on. All right, we're here in the Solano College Sports Network studio control room to show you some of the equipment that you can use as a student here at Solano Community College. And the first thing I'd like to draw your attention to is the production unit system that we use. It's made by New Tech. It's the TriCaster system. This system is used by every major network. So you come to Solano Community College, you're going to learn video production on the TriCaster unit. So you'll be ready to go once you leave our program. You'll be trained on the same equipment that you would use in all of the major networks. You see the video production board here. We've got our speakers set up here. Here we've got our interface that you can use. So all kinds of equipment that you can use to be a professional in media production. Another great feature of our video production system, you'll be able to get training on the Allen and Heath audio board, where you will learn the trade secrets for both radio and TV production. Here in the video editing suite, you will have access to Adobe Premiere and the entire Creative Cloud. If you can imagine it, you can create it right here in the Solano Community College TV studio. We have merged with Fairfield Cable Access, and that gives you the opportunity to use the same TV equipment that they use to produce their shows on local TV here in Fairfield, and that gives you the chance to also show your work on local TV.
Back for the second half at the Solano College Sports Network. Not a dramatic first half, but here we are at Rodriguez High School as Jamarion Johnson is tackled at the 20-yard line.
Well, let's see what Mr. King had to say to the Mustangs at halftime. Rodriguez has the ball, and this is a team we've seen down before. Not quite as much, and not to Vacaville, but this is a team that is very familiar with coming from behind to win a ball game.
Definitely. We've seen Rodriguez in the second half really have a spark and come back from these deficits early. We'll see if they'll have that same energy tonight.
Yeah, they just need to somehow get that ground game going a little bit to get the pressure off Meadows so we can drop back and make some passes. But that's easier said than done against this Bulldog team.
Here's Miles Meadows with Leroy Bryant in motion. He'll get the snap. He's going to step back. He's going to look deep and overthrown to his target. That looked like Jamarion Johnson on the right sideline, just overthrown.
Yeah, it just kind of looks like Meadows is going back, and he's just throwing the ball. He just has not had the accuracy that we typically see from Meadows.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a single deep ball connected so far tonight, and he's thrown a lot of them. But yeah, at the end of the first half, we saw those slant routes across the middle. Those are open. And if you hit those early, those safeties will come in expecting something short. You hit him with the double move, and you're gone. It's an easy pitch and catch. Here's Miles Meadows with the snap. He's looking, and that ball was ducked, as that will drop in front of Leroy Bryant. Not enough mustard on that one.
Yeah, Meadows just didn't get a chance to set his feet, and he gets the snap in within 2 seconds because of the pressure. And give Vacaville credit. I mean, they're doing a great job defensively, but he's moving backwards. He doesn't get a chance to set his feet, and that's why he hasn't been very accurate with the passing.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that tonight. Miles Meadows, if he wants to bring his team back in the ballgame, he's going to have to do it single-handedly. He's going to have to make some plays, and we know he can. We've seen it all season. But he's going to need to tonight on a cold, windy night down early, down by a lot, he's going to have to bring it. And here's a 3rd and 10, a big test for this Mustangs offense here to start the second half. He's going to drop back. Pressure, of course. He's going to roll out to his left. He's got nowhere to go, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. And that'll bring up 4th and down.
Well, Vacaville brought in Big Schnell, number 68, Nathan Schnell, and he got right by the offensive lineman, and he was on Meadows as soon as he got the ball. Didn't quite have the speed, but he initially pushed him out of the pocket and kind of blew up that play with the pass rush that time.
Yeah, he did exactly what he needed to do to force Meadows to roll out and have to make that throw across his body. And whether you throw it across your body or back up so that you can set your feet, you're still having to make an awkward throw with a lot of power on it. And there is the obvious punt situation, although they are down by 4 scores. We'll see Malik Dawson getting plenty of reps as a punter tonight. And this is a good punt, and it's out of the hands of Anthony Wiley, not able to immediately catch it, but he will pick it up, and he's got plenty of room down the sideline. There is no one to get him. And it is Malik Dawson on the tackle.
There was just nobody on the near side of the field for containment. And so he was a free lane to the near side of the field.
It almost looked like they had less players on the field than Vacaville. It was like wear the green jerseys. Just really tough coverage on that one as Anthony Wiley able to drop the ball, pick it up, and still had no one around him, and turns that into a huge gain as they're inside the red zone to start the second half.
And Malik Dawson's punts tonight have been more kind of line drive, so it's getting to the punt returner faster before the pursuit even has a chance to get down there.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. And we're seeing the Vacaville offense take some time to get out on the field. They don't run many huddles, and when they do run huddles on the field, you know they're going that double wing.
And they get up to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
In a quick hurry. Here's Ryan Vaughn with Darian Leon Guerrero, back of the year, behind him in the pistol. With the motion, Cameron for sure. And he's going to fake the handoff. He's going to keep it. Nowhere to go. And he is tackled immediately by Demaney Nelson Wilson.
It looked like he was trying to get the ball to Leon Guerrero on the handoff. He almost looked like a track athlete, and they messed up the baton.
Yep, I've done that before. And, yeah, you're exactly correct. It looked like he wanted to hand that ball off, but Darren Leon Guerrero
come back here.
Didn't want it, had to keep it, and wasn't able to pick up much right there.
Well, that's fortunate for Rodriguez. Boy, they need some kind of stop here. Can't let Vacaville get more points on the board if they want any chance to come back in this game.
A red zone stop would be essential right now. Here's Ryan Vaughn with the play fake, looking across the middle, and he's got Timothy Plowman for the touchdown. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Just excellent execution. I mean, that was just a perfectly drawn up slant route. Ryan Vaughn plants, throws a dart, got his receiver Plowman right there, touchdown. They make it look easy.
Yeah, they make it look easy, and it really is simple when you break it down. It's 4 or 5 routes, 4 or 5 plays they've just been running on repeat. It's that RPO with Timothy Plowman on the slant across the middle. And here is the flawless kicker, as he will stay flawless. His 5th extra point of the game, as Vacaville quickly up 35-0.
Navarro doubled his total.
Yes.
Came in 5 for 5 PATs. He's got 5 tonight. Vacaville up 35-0, and second half just underway. Boy, and I gotta say, our camera folks are doing a great job. Look at that shot right there.
Gerald Certeza having a night, although scoreboard wouldn't reflect that. He's been all over the field doing his part.
Well, these kids are playing hard, and they got to keep playing hard. You're going to learn stuff. And when you look at this Rodriguez team, they have so many sophomores and juniors. Mm-hmm. This is a great experience, and this is kind of a good test for them. Look, you want to run with Vacaville, you got to step your game up.
Yeah, and Miles King, just his first year as head coach, and already showing great signs of leadership and being able to coach this team up to a solid start to the season. Here's the kick. Malachi Jones able to pick it up. trying to juke his way out, but he will be tackled by 3 or 4 Bulldogs.
Boy, I just love the pursuit of the Bulldogs. I mean, every player there, full speed, and they're very disciplined. Everybody stays in their lane. And that's really why Vacaville has just been leading the Mel and dominating it for decades. They just execute better than the other teams in the Mel.
Yeah, a great fundamental team. And, running that old school double-wing offense, when they get in the red zone, it's just efficient. It's very hard to mess up that play in the red zone unless there's a fumbled snap or a penalty. And on the season, they haven't had many penalties until going into tonight in the first quarter when they had 7 penalties. But since then, they've really cleaned it up and shown why they are the best team in the Mel.
Mike Papadopoulos, the head coach, he's been there for years at Vacaville. Outstanding coach and even a nicer guy. One of the nicest people I've ever met.
Here's Miles Meadows. He is going to run it off to his running back, and that is
41.
41. Is that Yasin Yusuf?
Yes, that is. And I think he's like 5'5", 143 pounds, not too big.
Yep.
The senior running back getting a chance in to get some carries.
No, that is not Yasin Yusuf. Doesn't look like we have.
Oh, he's 34. Yeah, that was
like
41.
We have 41 on our roster.
Well, we like you.
Yeah, we do like you because you like to run the ball. And he is met, although there is a flag on the field, he was able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. But we'll see what the penalty is.
There you get a look at Luke Levengood, number 69, the big defensive end.
Brady Mott in on the tackle. And there is a penalty on the play. Looks like it will back up the Mustangs offense.
Well, you saw 33 there, Espinal, and he looked like he was saying there was a chop block.
Yeah.
Holding called against the Mustangs.
It will be a holding, as the PA announcer just said. And they will repeat the second down. It'll be 2nd and 17.
Boy, and there you get a look at Schnell, the big defensive tackle. I think that kid's 6'6", goes about 255 pounds. How'd you like to be the sophomore in there getting your first start at center? Here, block this guy.
He's a tight end and a defensive lineman. Here's Miles Meadows. He's going to escape the pressure, rolling out to his left, throwing across his body to Leroy Bryant, able to hit him before he gets out of bounds. What a play by Miles Meadows.
Yeah, just able to hang in there. He got a block, too, from one of his offensive linemen that gave him a little bit more time. He was able to roll out to the near side of the field, and then he threw a strike. And good, was that Johnson?
That was.
And good job by Johnson, breaking off his route and just sprinting back to the near side of the field, giving a target to Meadows. They were able to connect and pick up a much-needed first down.
And one of the best throw I think we've seen tonight from Miles Meadows, able to escape the pressure. Looked like that was 25, John Navarro,
one of those linebackers.
The kicker, and he was able to escape and throw that ball across his body, and it was a dart. Here's Jeremiah Hill on the run after a motion, and he was hit hard from the linebacker. That is Blake Espino. Who else?
At least he hit him from behind and kind of gained 2 yards on the tackle.
Gave him a little boost on that one, although I don't think Jeremiah Hill looks at it that way. He's going to feel that tomorrow.
Boy, I'm impressed with our camera people. Hannah Pepin, Sincere Rose, Jacob Ebert, braving the cold. It's cold, and it's even colder for them up on top of the bleachers. Kids doing a great job. Of course, your brother Zach Anderson running the production along with Julianne. I always want to say Rodriguez.
I think it is Rodriguez.
It is Rodriguez. That's where I always get confused. I think it's the school. And Mr.
Here's
Garrett Glemois on the scoreboard.
Meadows to Jamarion Johnson on the screen, and it looked like his lineman was not quite able to get out there to help him. That looked like that was Devin Lakin as the left tackle, and Jamarion Johnson slow to get up.
Boy, and how many times have we seen that with that kid? Lays on the ground, barely get up. You think, oh, man, he's going to be out for the game. Next thing you know, you see him running 50 yards for a touchdown.
Tough kid.
Yeah.
And Leroy Bryant will come back into this game as he has been the main target tonight, really the only target tonight, as he's had a couple catches across the middle. And we see Jeremiah Hill lined up as the tailback in shotgun. Here's Miles Meadows. He's looking deep. Leroy Bryant does not see the ball, and that ball will be incomplete as number 30, Brady Mott, was in on the coverage. Almost had a pick right there.
Yeah, pass was just a little short and tough pass. Meadows rolling to the near side of the field and then turning and throwing to the far side of the field. That adds another 20 yards to the pass. Just didn't have enough to get there. Bryant was open too.
Yep, he was open. Looked like he lost the ball while it was thrown. He couldn't find it. And a similar play on the opening drive where he had Leroy Bryant step for step and wasn't able to connect. Some miscommunication there. And this will bring up a fourth down. Rodriguez Mustangs are going to go for it. Haven't been aggressive so far tonight on fourth down, but they will send it tonight. Or right now, excuse me. Here's Miles Meadows. He's going to throw it, and that is picked off by Luca Sartorio, and no one is going to touch him. That is a pick six for the senior, number 4, Lucas Sartorio.
And that was all caused by the pass rush and Meadows having to throw off his back foot. Comes up short. We've seen that a few times tonight. Here you're going to see it on the replay. And he was kind of hit, too.
Yeah.
Sartorio, nice job. Came in there, snatched it down the sideline. Easy 6.
Great play. He could have walked into the end zone. The Mustangs really just gave up on that play immediately, knowing they had no chance to catch the speedy linebacker and running back, Lucas Sartorio.
That's going to be 6 for Mr. Navarro?
Yeah, we'll see. Navarro with the kick. It is good. 42-0 Vacaville.
And that looked like that was Bubba in there on the hold.
Yep.
Bubba, don't call me Oaks.
Matthew Oaks. Haven't been seeing him line up as a receiver tonight as much as we did on Friday.
Boy, and that picture right there kind of tells you the story. Caden DeGilly, Baba Louie, and right behind him Malachi just kind of walking over. You can tell by the look things haven't gone their way tonight.
Yeah, it's been a very one-sided ball game tonight. Not a whole lot of drama. Although the Mustangs are still staying in it, trying to keep the energy alive. It's never over till it's over, although it does feel like it's over.
Rodriguez next week, they go to Vanden, and will play the second place team. They'll be tied with them. No, actually, they'll be a game behind. Vanden has 1 loss. Rodriguez after tonight with that loss to Wood. They just haven't had very much luck with Vacaville.
Yeah.
Vacaville or Wood.
Yeah, the 2 league play losses are huge because they are undefeated in non-league play. And it is a squib. Looks like Malik Dawson will just drop on it and stop down at the 45-yard line.
Well, Vacaville not only having a successful year, as they always do in football, but Vacaville High School just won the Monticello Empire League in volleyball, women's volleyball, and the MVP was Emma Johnson. And if you like volleyball, we'll have our first live webcast of Solano Women's Volleyball. That'll be Wednesday at 6 o'clock. They'll be playing Yuba, and that will be a live webcast. Go to Greg Poff YouTube for all the action. That didn't sound right, did it?
Subtle plug right there.
Go to Greg Poff on YouTube for all the action.
Here's Miles Meadows. He's going to step up in the pocket, and he is going to throw a strike too low, trying to get the one hopper to Jamarion Johnson, but that won't work.
Boy, and there you get a look at how small Johnson is. He's going back to the huddle, standing next to number 2. That's Eric Gomez, defensive back at 6'1", 145. Looked a little bigger than 145 if you ask me.
Yeah, his Vacaville team, much bigger than Rodriguez. Although Rodriguez is one of the smaller teams in the MEL, but they play with a ton of heart this season. Here's Rodriguez on a 2nd and 10. You see Damani Nelson-Wilson in motion. Here's Miles Meadows. He's going to step up and deliver, and it is incomplete to Jeremiah Hill.
For number 4.
Yeah, that looked like about a 10-yard out play.
Yeah.
And Meadows had a little time there, just led Hill a little bit too much.
Yeah, I think that's the story of the night for the offense has been the incompletions. Just not enough completions, going down early, forcing them to throw the ball, not being able to use their run game like we've seen in the past this season. And now they're just having to force it out there.
And that'll happen when you play a really good defensive squad like Vacaville. We saw Vacaville do the same thing to Trey Dimes and that Vanden offense last week.
Yeah, really just putting the offense out of their game plan in an awkward situation. Here's Miles Meadows with the snap. It's a high snap. He's able to get it. He's going to roll out to his right, step up, deliver a ball downfield, and it is caught by Leroy Bryant.
He was finally able to step into a throw and got some mustard on it, and look at the result. Another big catch there by Bryant. And so at least Rodriguez in business, getting closer to maybe getting some points on the board as they're down 41-0.
Great catch for Leroy Bryant, and that'll give them the first down they needed. Now in good field position, we'll see if they can get on the board. Hate seeing the donut up there. Here's Miles Meadows. He's got the snap. He's gonna step on his back foot. He throws it up. Oh
my goodness!
And it is in and out of the hands of number 23, Antonio Whitaker. That is a tough break for him. As we saw last Friday, he had a pass across the middle that he dropped for a touchdown. That one an easy pick.
But at least he was in the right position.
He was in the perfect position. And, Miles Meadows, he's going to have to think that one over again as he's thrown on his back foot, just heaving it up there with the wind. It's getting caught, and his receivers have not really been coming down with the ball tonight.
Yeah, you've seen that when he has a chance to step into the ball, better chance of getting the completion. But tonight there's been so much pressure, he's been throwing off his back foot most of the time, and, well, the results haven't been very good.
Definitely. Here's Miles, as it looked like there was a penalty on the play. Don't know what exactly happened, but they have the ball in the red zone now. He's going to step up, deliver a dot to Leroy Bryant, and it is incomplete, out of bounds. Tough break for the Mustangs. Looked like a great throw, and it looked like he wasn't quite able to get his toes inbounds.
Yeah, hard to tell. That was on the far side of the field. That was a pretty good ball by Miles Meadows.
Yeah, one of the better throws we've seen tonight. That is a tough throw to make in the red zone to get that ball high enough so the defender can't get to it. Throwing it up to his tallest receiver, Leroy Bryant.
So that'll be 2nd down. Still some opportunities here for Rodriguez to get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, we'll see right here, 2nd and 10. The Mustangs need to get on the board and play some great defense if they want a chance in this game. Off his back foot, he's going to deliver again, and it is incomplete to Jeremiah Hill. Great defense right there by Roger Delgado, number 20.
Yeah, excellent coverage too, and even if Hill makes the catch, I don't think he comes down in bounds.
Yeah, very awkward position. It looked like he may have needed that ball sooner rather than later right there, as he was running out of time before he was out of bounds.
Well, they've gone to the right side, they've gone to the left side. Maybe they'll try the middle on this one.
You would think they had success with that slant route, just like Vacaville did with Timothy Plowman. Timothy Plowman's got 4 or 5 catches up the middle, and he's broken big on those.
And don't forget about Babalui, number 18. He can catch as well.
Definitely a good red zone threat to have your tight end. Here we go, 4th down. No, it is 3rd down. Miles Meadows stepping up, and it is caught by Antonio Whitaker, but he is out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, he was going for Bryant there, but Bryant really wasn't open. Double coverage there.
Potentially triple covered right there, and Antonio Whitaker able to catch that one. but that was out of bounds, bringing up a 4th down.
Pass was broken up by a Bulldog.
And Rodriguez right here, their best chance so far tonight to get in the end zone. We haven't really seen them on the goal line as much tonight. Testament to Vacaville's defense. I mean, they've been so strong all season, and to shut out Rodriguez offense, that's been so good. Here's Miles Meadows. He's going to step up. That's Leroy Bryant, and he will not get the first down. We'll see what they call. Doesn't look like he got it. And
he wasn't close.
Downs.
And I'm not sure, but I see 17. That's Finn, the backup quarterback, warming up on the sideline. He might get a chance to get in there and get some PT.
Yeah, Finn Chapman, quarterback and free safety, a junior, able to get some reps in tonight with the blowout that we have at 42-0. Want to rest up Ryan Vaughn for the playoffs.
Ryan Vaughn's still in there.
Ryan Vaughn's still in there with Amani Holiday as his back. I don't think we're going to see a lot of aggression from Ryan Vaughn, though, as a runner. Want to save those legs for the playoffs if you're Vacaville.
Yeah, and he hasn't run much at all tonight.
Yeah, he hasn't had to.
Yeah, few attempts in the first half, first quarter. But, yeah, you're right, second half. And why you got Darian Leon Guerrero?
You got back of the year. It's like, why waste your legs? Especially with the throws he's been able to make in the second quarter and so far in the second half. And timeout on the play. Looks like Rodriguez will use their timeout.
Well, Cameron, we have a little time, and I don't think our listeners know, but not only are you a student at Solano Community College and in the sports broadcasting program, you're also in your first year on the baseball team.
I am, yeah.
Pitcher for Solano Community College. How you guys doing?
We're doing really well. I think we're going to have a solid staff. Our pitching staff has looked really good, and we got a lot of guys on the offensive side of the ball too. We're looking really good. We're playing some good teams and battling so far in the fall, and we're gonna start repping things up in the spring. Come January, we're gonna have some games, and that's gonna be a real test for what our team is gonna be.
Well, if you can improve the pitching, I mean, that's always been Solano's MO. When their pitching's good, they're good. And that's kind of been why they haven't been quite so good the last couple of years. So that's good to hear.
Yeah, very solid pitching staff. Here is Ryan Vaughn still in the game. And he will hand it off to his back, Amani Holiday. And he is stuffed, not able to get much on that one. Mustangs able to get a nice stop right there. And that'll bring up a 3rd and maybe 7.
Boy, it just seems like the game has really slowed down now.
Yeah, definitely. And this clock is another timeout, so the clock will not run. But yeah, it almost looks like whenever I look at the clock, it's never moving. Looked like that in the first half.
So Vacaville looks like they're going to win this one handily. So that'll put them at 4-0 in the mail. Of course, next week they have the Black and Blue Bowl against Will C. Wood. Play that game every year. Pretty good chance Vacaville's going to win that one. In fact, Wood won in 2015. I think that was the first time they had won the Black and Blue Bowl. Gosh, since the mid-'90s, right after Will C. Wood first opened. And so I've seen Wood play. They're okay, but I don't think they're beating this Vacaville squad.
Yeah, Vacaville looks super solid this year. Steamrolling team so far. And still undefeated in league play as Ryan Vaughn will go down. And it looked like that was Daniel Childs and fella Guthrie on the sack right there.
So kids still playing hard, still getting after it. Good pursuit there, good pressure on Vaughn and able to get a sack.
4th and 11.
And that'll bring out the punt team for Vacaville. Gonna punt this ball away. Not many tonight. We haven't seen a whole lot of 45 aerial till.
You know, another big advantage that Vacaville has, too, in the Monticello Empire League when it comes to football, they always play such a tough non-conference schedule. I mean, you look at Vacaville, they've played Oak Ridge and Granite Bay in the non-conference play, and those are two of the better programs, better powerhouse programs in Northern California. And Vacaville, they're always playing some of the top teams in Northern California in the non-conference schedule. So then when they get to the MEL, I mean, they're tested, they're tried, they are ready to go. They know what works, they know what doesn't work, and it just gives them such an edge over the competition in the Monticello Empire League because none of the other teams play a non-conference schedule that's even close to as competitive as Vacaville's playing.
Here's Ariel Till, the punter for Vacaville. He's getting ready. And we see Leroy Bryant in there to return. And this ball is a low one. It will roll, but not very far, down to the 40-yard line, setting up great field position for the Mustangs if they want to get on the board.
Boy, it didn't get much roll on that at all. Almost looked like a chip shot up on the green.
Yep.
10 Mustangs.
Yeah, laid that one in there. And the wind blowing in the opposite direction didn't help that one out.
Hey, back to baseball, Cameron. Who were some of the better offensive players?
Better offensive players, we got a lot. I mean, we have our third base and first baseman, Eli, has had a great bat so far. A lot of contact guys. Very hard to get that ball out at Solano.
Yes, it is. That high fence.
That high fence, yeah. But we've looked very solid. I can't put my finger on specifics, but all around we've been hitting very well, putting up 7-8 runs a game. Here's Miles. He's looking deep as usual. He's got Malachi Jones in stride, and that'll be a touchdown.
There we go, Rodriguez. That's what we're used to seeing. Meadows getting the ball to Mighty Mouse. Boy, we haven't said Malachi Jones' name much at all, and usually, I mean, he's just constantly doing something either on defense or offense. So nice to see 11 get a good ball there from Mr. Meadows, and more importantly, Rodriguez able to get on the board. Yeah, I know that donut was bugging you.
Definitely was bugging me. And Miles Meadows finally, here's the replay as Malachi Jones using his speed to get past the defender, and a great ball by Miles Meadows. That's what we're used to seeing. We've been accustomed to seeing those deep balls from Miles Meadows, but earlier in the game tonight, he has not been able to hit those. Now, finally being able to hit Malachi Jones in stride. And I guess we just need to talk about baseball, and good things happen for the Mustangs. And they're going to go for two. Why not? They're going to need to cut down on a lot of points. Here's Miles Meadows under center. Not used to seeing this formation for the Mustangs. He's going to fake the handoff, rolling to his left. He's going to get sacked. And that was Matthew Oakes, Bubba, in on the sack right there.
Yeah, he gave Meadows a shot there, lost his helmet and everything. I like Miles, though. He's a tough kid.
Super tough kid. Still battling. You know, usually we see that backup come in with a blowout like this. We might have seen Keenan Jones, but Meadows still wants it. He still wants to come back in this game.
I was hoping the wind might die down a little bit. It seems like it's picking up. Hey, but at least we didn't get any rain.
Yeah, no rain tonight. Big break. Although it will be, basically every other night except for tonight. This weekend is going to be very rainy. They saved the clear day for us for this game tonight, and Vacaville has been able to take advantage. Clearly, with the score being 41-6.
You know, I was looking at that score for the spring game going, I can't believe Vacaville won 63-8. And then you look at the score tonight, we're not that far away.
Not that far off. We'll see if the Mustangs can get some defense and really figure out this Vacaville offense. And easier said than done. I've noticed Vacaville really running 4 or 5 concepts all night. You know, we see the RPOs, we'll see the runs to Darian, or he'll line up in slot, but pretty simple routes, but they're just working. They're working tonight.
Yeah, Vacaville, great job just kind of building their offense or rebuilding their offense around Ryan Vaughn.
Yep. And here's the onside. It will go out of bounds as no one touched it. That will be a penalty, bringing it up to the 40.
Boy, and that was just hard for us to see. That's the one disadvantage doing the broadcast here at Rodriguez compared to Vacaville.
Yeah.
The bleachers on the visitor side were not up quite as high as we'd like to be, so sometimes it's a little hard to tell. But I'll tell you, our camera people, Cameron, you're doing a good job trying to bring you all the action here on a cold, windy Friday night in Fairfield.
Yeah, like you said, the short field, the near side of the field is tough when the bench is lined up. We're limited to our vision. And it looks like they will bring in the backup. That is Finn Chapman, number 17. He's going to hand it off to Amani Holiday, and he is swallowed behind the line. That'll be a loss on the play.
Yeah, it looks like we even have a few new folks on the offensive line there. We'll try to get their names to you as they come in. I saw 55 there. That's Elijah Alexander on the offensive line. Of course, Javier 6'2", the center. He's been there the whole time, all league last year at the center position.
Yeah, plenty of new faces on the offensive side of the ball. We'll see a lot of new receivers, but looks like they're just going to try to run this one. Here's Amani Holiday, stuffed Malik Dawson and Fella Guthrie in on that one.
Amani Holiday on the carry. Talk about number 23.
We'll see Roman Price lined up at receiver, as he is on the near side of the field, closest to us. We'll also see number 12, Brendan Fernandez, a free safety and wide receiver, also getting some reps in right now. Number 21, Cameron Malone, had a big play earlier in the game as he's lined up to the left. Here's Finn Chapman in the pistol. He's going to hand it off to his running back, Amani Holiday, and he is stopped. That's Caden DeGili in at the nose tackle position. Not used to seeing him there. He's mainly been an offensive lineman all season.
That was pretty tough running by Holiday there. He was carrying a couple big boys ahead a couple of yards there.
Yep.
And that's why it's so important. As a running back, you just keep those legs churning, And, boy, Holiday did just that, able to pick up a couple yards.
And that'll bring up a fourth down. Vacaville will punt this ball away close to midfield. And Leroy Bryant back to return. We'll see if he can break one loose tonight.
Yeah, Vacaville's been pretty good on their punt coverage. Pretty disciplined as far as staying in their lane.
And here's the boot. It is a good one. It is going to bounce in front. Leroy Bryant able to get it on the hop. He's going to go right up the field. Oh, and a low tackle will sweep his legs under him as he is dropped around the 30-yard line.
And there you saw just perfect example of Vacaville on the punt coverage. Everybody's staying in their lane, and we're so used to Leroy Bryant getting to one side or the other and able to get around the edge, but not able to do that against the great punt coverage by the Vacaville Bulldogs.
Yeah, just all around great execution tonight for Vacaville. Besides the penalties in the first quarter, that was the only tinker in their scheme tonight. And other than that, their execution has pretty much been flawless.
Boy, and you look over at the crowd on the Rodriguez side, this is the scarcest I've seen as far as fans. Usually they're packed over there. They got the lights shining.
Yep.
All that.
A tough look on senior night as Miles Meadows with the high snap is going to step up, have to do it all himself as he picks up a couple yards running into his own bench.
Number 15, Miles Meadows on the keeper.
Miles Meadows, not a whole lot of help tonight as, for good reason, the defensive pressure has been there all night, and the offensive line can only do so much with this front seven.
That was a cool shot over there, seeing Miles Meadows with Miles King. Hey, don't worry, kid. We're going to get better.
Yeah.
Keep working. And another good test for Rodriguez next week when they travel to Vanden.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Vanden, a solid squad. I think similar to Rodriguez, although they did put up a little bit more of a fight than Rodriguez has so far. As that ball is intercepted, what a catch! Number 32, Micah Navarro.
The punter!
The kicker.
Or the kicker, sorry.
The kicker with an interception.
Got some great hands there, kid.
What a play. Kickers are people too.
Pass replaced at the 35-yard.
Well, it depends who you ask.
And we'll get a replay on this. Miles Meadows trying to hit his receiver across the middle and fully laid out Micah Navarro. What a catch.
And he's just a sophomore.
Yeah, what a play.
Well,
thanks for stopping the clock, Micah. So we have 2 minutes and 19 seconds left here in the third quarter as Vacaville will get the ball back. Finn Chapman walking to the line. He will be in the pistol with Amani Holiday right behind him. Here's Chapman with the handoff. Amani Holiday using the spin move, and that looked like Gerald Certeza able to grab him by the legs and bring him down.
yeah, and it was also 99, Phil Guthrie. There was a big lineman laying on top of him, but he was able to at least get his arm out. You like the hustle and the effort there by Big 99.
Yeah, fella Guthrie having a good night. Honestly, he's gotten his hands on a few tackles and a couple sacks tonight. Not used to getting that starting role so far for the Mustangs, but with the Gresham boys out, he's been able to step up tonight.
And Caden DeGilly really playing the whole game at center and defensive tackle.
Here's Chapman. He's going to get off to Monty Holiday, who puts his head down and able to pick up a few yards with some tough running.
Yeah, now they're just giving it to 22 and picking up about 3, 4, 5 yards a carry. Almost like death by 1,000 cuts.
Yep, exactly.
32.
And that is going to be the game plan for Vacaville for the rest of this game, is to really just run the ball out, use the clock to their advantage.
And we may see a running clock in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It's up to the official.
Fella Guthrie in on that tackle, as it will add another tackle to his stat sheet. Amani Holiday unable to pick up much on that one.
Yeah, Rodriguez still playing hard there up at the D line.
And he is able to move the chains. That'll be a first down. Still getting the play from his coach is Finn Chapman. As this team does not run many huddles. If they do run a huddle, you know they're going to that double wing, as we said earlier in the broadcast. Here's Finn Chapman with the snap. He's going to keep it, fakes the defense, but he has nowhere to go as he is tackled by number 2, Early Johnson.
Finn maybe not quite the speed that Vaughn has, but still like the effort there. And Finn looks a little bigger than what he's listed as. He's listed at 5'11", just 160 pounds.
Yeah, looks definitely bigger than that. As that will do it for the third quarter. Heading into the fourth quarter, we have a 41-6 blowout at this point, as Vacaville has really dominated on all facets of the game.
So what do you think Rodriguez takes away from this game?
I think Rodriguez is going to have to swallow this one, just really understanding that they got defeated by a better team. I don't think they played so poorly. It's really just that Vacaville is just more polished and just honestly better than them. It's really tough when you feel like you beat yourself, but tonight I think they just lost to a better team.
Yeah, and I agree. Because really when you look at Rodriguez, they have cut down on the penalties, haven't been a lot of turnovers, and it's just they're playing a team that just executes better.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And you see it with Vacaville, and you see it with a lot of other programs where it's not just about the team, it's about the system that's in place.
Yep.
I mean, at Vacaville, they're going to have their kids playing Pop Warner running the same offense.
Yeah.
Now they have to change. They're not going to do that double wing as much as they
Right.
used to. Those kids in Vacaville would grow up playing that offense.
Yeah, and you see it. I mean, the domination for Vacaville for over a decade, really. That just
Decades.
shows decades. It really shows that their system in place has just been so good. And here's the run to Amani Holiday, swallowed in the backfield by Caden Gili, and actually still able to stay on his feet, but brought down by Gabriel Betrez.
Talk about number 18.
Yeah, you look at Vacaville, you go all the way back to the early 2000s, and they have dominated league play year in and year out. When Napa used to be in the Mel, there were a couple years that that Napa was able to win the Monticello Empire League. Fairfield might have, back when they had Desmond Bishop. That was a little while ago, but other than that, it's Vacaville winning the Mel year in, year out, and it's been happening that way for decades.
Here's Amani Holiday on the run, as he will be the lead back to end this one,
Amani Holiday on the carry.
and that'll bring up
By number 34, Gibson Giovanni.
a 4th down. It looks like a 4th and 10, as the Mustangs are able to get a stop.
4th down.
And we'll see what they want to do here. They might just go for it. They're just going to let this clock run. Not worried about the clock at all, clearly.
And Vacaville, in their recent history, they have 3 section championships. I think the last one might have been 2011, 12 maybe, not too long ago.
Here's Chapman looking across the middle. First pass we've seen from him looked like it was just out of the reach of his receiver, number 82, Joseph
Pass following complete.
Kuntz.
Ball will turn around downs to the Mustangs.
And Rodriguez won a section championship, won the San Joaquin section. Miles King's, I believe it was his sophomore year, 2007. Rodriguez had only been playing football, I think, 3 years at that time. Won a section championship.
And that'll be a turnover on downs, giving Rodriguez the ball here, as they have 75 yards to go to get into the end zone. And Miles Meadows still out there. We see Jeremiah Hill lined up to his right in the shotgun. Miles Meadows is not coming out of this game.
Yeah, these kids love to play.
Here's Meadows with the fake. He's going to look downfield. Jamarion Johnson with the catch.
What a move.
He's going to stop. He's going to run across the middle, and he has dropped a great tackle, a shoestring tackle,
To number 10.
by number 21, Cameron Malone, who got deked on the stop and go.
Oh, here we got a replay. What a great play.
Just kidding.
43-yard line.
Got to keep you on your toes.
Man, I wanted to see that again, too.
I did. He was able to come to a complete stop and able to break down his defender and pick up an extra 10 to 15 yards on that one. Here is Miles Meadows with Jeremiah Hill lined up on the wheel. He's going with the wheel route. Miles Meadows rolling out, running backwards, looking like Tony Romo, and he's going to step up, got plenty of time. He's going to throw it downfield and intercepted by number 21, Cameron Malone.
By number 21, Cameron Malone.
Boy, Meadows, he was running for his life back there. He had big 68 after him. Didn't want to get snelled.
Yeah.
First and 10 Bulldogs.
Yeah, all that just to throw it into the hands of the defender, Cameron Malone, who was on the coverage in the play before with Jamarion Johnson. And Vacaville will quickly get this ball back, as we do see the running clock, as the officials have decided it is worthy to run the clock out. Vacaville in no rush to get up to the line.
Didn't think we'd see a running clock tonight.
Yeah.
But
Tough.
that's okay.
Yeah.
It's a good learning experience. This is a good learning experience for Miles. King, the coach. Because he's competitive.
Yeah.
He's not going to like this.
Definitely.
But
He
he
hasn't
knows.
seen much of this. He hasn't seen this at all.
But he's got a young team, and they're building a program here. trying to get a system in place so they can compete with Vacaville in the coming years.
And here's the run to Amani Holiday, who's running really hard. He's going to go until the final whistle. This is an opportunity to pad the stats for the season, as he's seen the lead back, Darren Leon Guerrero, really take over for the majority of the season.
And this will probably be our last broadcast of Rodriguez football. They'll be on the road next week against Vanden. And even if they lose that game against Vanden at 7-3, their chances are really good of still getting into the playoffs, but they will be on the road.
Yeah.
Against a high seed.
Here's a run play. That is to number 31, Gabriel Ellis, the junior running back.
But if Vacaville wins next week, finish them out undefeated, they'll probably get a bye for that first round during the playoffs. And so then that second Friday, I think that's the 5th of November, we'll be over at Vacaville and we'll do that game on the Solano College Sports Network. So hopefully we have one football broadcast left. I know you're so excited to get started with volleyball broadcasts on Wednesday, aren't you?
Oh, I'm juiced. Yeah, very excited. And I would love to see Vacaville again because they have been so dominant and such a fun team to watch. Interested to see how they do in the playoffs.
Yeah, and since they get that bye, they'll play a team that has won the first playoff game, so it should be a pretty good matchup.
And not quite sure what just happened, but it looks like there's a flag pushing the ball back. This will be on the Mustangs.
It'll be interesting, too, to see what Vacaville does in the playoffs. Again, they always play that tough non-conference schedule, so these guys are pretty tested.
And there's the handoff as he is swallowed in the backfield. That is fella Guthrie able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of about 4 yards.
Yeah, you look at Vacaville and look at their non-conference opponents. They played Oak Ridge. Cardinal Newman, forgot about them. They're one of the top programs up in Santa Rosa.
Yeah.
And so that was one game, and that was close, 20-13, and they lost to Granite Bay 14-9. So this team is pretty battle-tested. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do in the playoffs. And Ryan Vaughn, good dual threat at the quarterback position.
Yeah. And speaking of dual threat, here's Finn Chapman, who's going to get loose, get down to the sideline. He's going to cut back in, and he will get tackled at midfield. A little use of the legs right there.
Yeah, maybe he isn't that slow. I got to rethink this. I was kind of talking about his wheels there the first time. He goes, hey, no, look it. Give me a little open space, and I can get going.
And speaking of Ryan Vaughn, very interested to see him break loose in a competitive game. We've seen him really break off some big runs against Vanden, and a very exciting player to watch with the great arm, amazing spirals on all the throws he makes.
He reminds me a little bit of Carson Strong when Carson Strong played at Will C. Wood. In fact, Vaughn's he's faster and a better runner.
Here's Finn Chapman as he will hand it off to Imani Holiday. No, that is number 31, Gabriel Ellis.
So the third running back we've seen starting at that tailback position.
Gabriel Ellis on the carry.
So we've seen Vacaville 2 games in a row.
Yep.
What do you think?
I mean, Vacaville, this is one of the best high school teams, definitely the best high school team I've seen in person, although I don't have a whole lot of experience in high school football. Going to Albany High School, which is predominantly really bad at football. But either way, Vacaville really showing out the last 2 weeks. Here's the run. Gabriel Ellis thrown down by Demaney Nelson Wilson. Really suplexed him right there.
Gabriel Ellis on the carry.
You may be beating us, but at least I'm going to get a hit in here.
Yeah, it looked like we were in the WWE really fast. And we're down to our last 3 minutes as the running clock is ticking.
2-yard gain.
Well, I can't let you get away from the broadcast without getting your prediction still on Major League Baseball. I know when we were talking at the start of the playoffs, you said Dodgers and Houston. So far, that's still in play.
It is.
What do you think?
Well, I did look at my phone. Looked like the Astros did win tonight.
Oh, good. Now I won't watch it when I go home.
Yep, I
no, I'm
just realized
kidding.
that after I said it.
So that's it, right?
So yeah, they will move on to the World Series, and now we have the Braves, who are it's 3-2.
3-2.
3-2, and we'll see. I don't know who the matchup is. I think
You got Scherzer going tomorrow, and you got Buehler on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, it's
and
really.
Fried pitched yesterday.
Yep.
I think he's their best starter.
Yeah, they'll have
First down, Bulldogs.
And sorry, Giant fans, I know you're still getting over that game last week where the Dodgers were able to win. And really, that should have been the World Series. Those are the two best teams in baseball.
Definitely.
Although Atlanta's
Atlanta
something
has
to
been
say.
hot. Yeah, Atlanta's been very hot. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. It's easy to say that the Braves will move on just because they've been up this series, but it's very hard to count the Dodgers out, especially with Scherzer and Buehler on the mound, who could win co-Cy Young if Corbin Burns wasn't in the same
True.
league.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. Obviously, as an A's fan, not a believer in the Astros. Not a big fan of the Astros for what they did. And as a Dodgers fan, I'm sure you feel the same.
And it's kind of funny talking about Atlanta. In a way, they kind of remind me of the A's.
Yeah.
As far as just, I mean, you look at their history, so solid over the years, but they just have had trouble in the playoffs, especially this recent team.
Yep. And the crazy thing about the Braves is they're doing this all without Ronald Acuna Jr.
Yes.
Their star, at such a young age, really was in the MVP race with Tatis before he got hurt as well. And it would be really crazy if the Braves were able to make it to the World Series without their star player.
Yes, I agree. And they're a tough team. I tell you, I love Freddie Freeman.
Oh, Freddie Freeman, what
a
great,
good ball player, better guy.
Yeah, amazing guy. Similar, I would say, to a Joey Votto.
Yeah.
Who's been in the league for so long and knows how to play the game the right way, always taking care of the fans, and just a great representation of Major League Baseball.
Well, we got through the fourth quarter.
We did it.
And just from a learning standpoint, as a broadcaster, these are always the toughest games to
definitely.
do. Got to try to keep making it entertaining. I think you did a good job, Cameron. All right, baby, take us home.
All right, well, that'll do it for us at the Solano College Sports Network. Thank you for sticking with it if you are still watching. And we will catch you next time at Vacaville for a playoff game. Peace out.
Good night. Bam, baby, good job. Yeah, that was tough.